All right, so prices in bullish momentum. Clear to see on the chart chat that we're putting in higher highs and higher lows. So we're respecting previous lows on the 5-minute chart.
The D-Money Show.
Out of that trade chat for 20 points, you're seeing it live here on YouTube. D-Money is who's rocking like us. Riding the EMAs. We're putting in higher highs and higher lows. So we're respecting previous lows on the 5-minute chart, kind of mapping it out. You can see how every time price puts in a low. So I would not be surprised if 26,000 level gets taken today. It's your wrong, baby. I'm back in the BDH. I'm feeling good. The next candle continue to grind higher to the upside. I wrote this momentum up to 900. This is the year 2026 and I'm trying to make a little money. All right, guys, drop a W in the chat for that. If you made money on that trade, let's go. All right, guys, there's 20 points. That boy good. That boy good. Tune in, guys, Monday through Friday, live from the BDH, the D-Money Show. Let's go. Yo, yo, yo. Good morning, good morning, good morning. We back like we never left. What up, what up, what up? Never fear, the BDH is here. Let's go. It's Wednesday, chat. Man, oh man. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Man, we got some interesting price action, guys. Let me adjust this really quick. Give me 1 second. We back like we never left. You already know. Man. State of the Union last night, chat. Little extended, little long-winded. Oh man, let's hit up the first comment. KC Futures, good morning. BDH, good morning, KC Futures. How are you? Looks like you're the first comment on the stream. So you've done that multiple times, so we appreciate the support. Funkle Tim, good morning. Oh man. Nevertheless, we out here rocking, trying to make a little money. We're gonna see what we can get today, chat. You never know. Just broke out of the range that we have been in. Only thing higher is the daily 200 EMA, waiting for the candle close and ticking along. Hey, Carla could be the play. I mean, we'll take a look, right? We're gonna get into that in a second. D-Money, the trader, the educator. Appreciate that. I try, chat, right? I'm not perfect, but I definitely try to add value to the space. So let's go. New to prop firms, not new to trading. Do you recommend I start with multiple prop accounts while they're on sale? I mean, you could take advantage of the sale. That's a personal, you got to make that decision yourself though, right? I can't really tell you how many accounts to buy. That's a personal preference, guys. Some people play it safe and they spread the risk out across multiple accounts. So there's nothing wrong with that. Did that, Benny Hahn? Oh, man. Did the Benihana like me? Yeah. Guys, I'm not going to lie, though. Shout out. I'm a little disappointed with the service. Put my order in to go. Got there to pick it up, chat. Man, I mean, I think I waited probably 30 minutes. I had to wait like 30 minutes after the time hit for my order to be ready. So it was cray with Lil Ray Ray, guys. So I'm a little disappointed with the service. So won't be going back anytime soon. TJP 1987 D Money, good morning. Hey, good morning. How are you? Let's go. So yeah, if you're looking for accounts, you can see it right now. We got it up on the screen, guys. Lucid Trading right now. Get up to 50% off. Use the code PW. You already know. So we got to keep the streak alive, chat. It's only 9:05. We've had a streak going of over 1,000 likes before 9:30. So do me a solid. Hit the like button if you haven't already. If you're not subscribed to the channel, you know what to do. We're going to hop in. I'm going to map out the daily candle high and low here because I haven't done it yet, chat. So let's map that out as always. Take these levels off. So yesterday's candle closed bullish. Make no mistake about it. Let me flip this here. Give me 1 second, guys. All right, so yesterday's high was 25,078.75. So I'm going to map out the high and low. Do that every session, chat, just to have some clarity as far as how we are currently sitting. Are we above, inside, or below previous daily high or low, right? Just for context. So the high yesterday was 25,078.75. The low of yesterday's candle was 24,694.50. All right, so there's your high and low of yesterday's daily candle. Obviously, the current daily candle's bullish, chat. We broke above that 25,078 level. Pretty strong pump here. The only thing that's a little concerning is that it's happening pre-market. Go figure. But I mean, it's happening pre-market. However, we got some time here, right? We got quite a bit of time before the market opens. We still have 21 minutes, 41 seconds. Don't you fear. We'll do a poll coming up here shortly to kind of see how you guys are feeling. As far as if we're going to go up or down and open. I mean, at this point, if we're pushing up, obviously we're going to continue the bullish momentum, chat. We'd love to see us get a pullback and then an expansion higher to the upside. What up? So we'll see what happens. I am keeping an eye out. 4-hour chart, you got the 200 EMA up here sitting at 25,242. So that could be an area of interest, a little bit less than 100 points away from the current price. You do have a bullish EMA cross at the moment on the 4-hour chart as well. So that's a little interesting. So I see that. So clearly the market. So last night you had the State of the Union. Let's go back to that price action, chat. Around 9 o'clock, right? So this is roughly that time. You had a sell-off. It looks like after 10. You had a sell off to the downside. We tapped a basically 25,000 level and had a reaction back up, and then you've been consolidating, and then now you got to break out to the upside. So a little interesting here. We're gonna see what plays out. So it's hard to be, you know, if we, like I said, if we travel, that also matches with the daily level, 50 EMA, 25,000 like 300 level chat. So that could be an area of interest up here on the daily chart. So I am watching that as well. So we will see what happens. Right now the market is obviously bullish. Will it continue? That's the question, right? Ideally you want some kind of pullback, and then if the bullish momentum is going to continue, you want to join the momentum in that direction to the upside. So we will see. We're going to drop a poll, chat. We're going to drop a poll, and we'll see how you guys are feeling out there. So let's see what we got. Nvidia earnings, be aware, D. Yeah, you got Nvidia earnings today as well, chat. So it could be so hopefully we get some great volatility during this session, and we don't stall out or kind of range now that we're getting this pump. So it can go either way, right? We can get a nice trend day, and then we range going into Nvidia earnings, or we stall out and the volatility comes during that time, right? During earnings time. So hopefully it continues and we get some good setups. You never know, unfortunately, right? We have no control over it. So you just got to try to join if there's some good volatility. When does the earnings come out? Yeah, typically it's after 4 o'clock. So let's see what time they have it scheduled. But that's definitely the caveat today, chat. Everybody's going to be watching to see how Nvidia performs for sure. So that's going to be a caveat. You already know. 4:20, yeah, that sounds about right. It's always after 4 o'clock, chat. It's going to be after 4. And it's going to depend, right? It's going to depend on if the market, you know, basically it's guidance. It's always typically guidance, chat, like how they're, you know, so we'll see how that shapes up. But we're going to go ahead and we're going to drop a poll here, and we're going to see how you guys feel at open. So I'm going to kind of rephrase it a little bit. I'm just putting more upside at open, chat. So do we feel that we're going to continue to expand, right, at open? Maybe we get a pullback here going into the last 15 minutes before the market opens up, but we'll see. So I'm dropping a poll right now, and we'll see how you guys are feeling out there. We'll let it simmer for a little bit, and then we'll go back. We'll go back to the poll. Rocking my got the Warbucks shirt on, chat. You can see got the Warbucks shirt here, and paid out over Warbucks has paid out over $500,000 to traders already. Cray with Lil Ray Ray. That's crazy when you think about it. So you already know. You got the competition coming up, guys, right? Starting Friday, PW talked about that yesterday. You got the battle coming up. So I was told I couldn't enter, chat. So I went home and cried about that last night. Not gonna lie, dropped a couple tears and drowned myself in some drowned my sorrows in some Benihana, and then had to shake it off. Come back today. So let's go. So we're getting ready. We got less than 15 minutes left. You want to know about the battle? Yeah, so basically it's a free entry, chat. If you haven't signed up for Warbucks, it's free to register, obviously. $10,000 in cash prizes. It starts Friday morning to next Friday, so it's about a week. You can sign up for an account, go to the dashboard, and register for the tournament. So that's the steps. So looks like certified trading BDH master. He's already signed up. Let's go. C54 cried the G-Wagon. Yeah. I was crying, guys. I saw somebody passing by. I had to wipe the tears off really quick. You know, it got kind of awkward there. So PW said it starts Friday. Yeah, that's what I was saying. Yeah, it starts Friday. It's Friday to Friday. So this upcoming Friday until next Friday, chat. $10,000 in cash prizes. I know he said yesterday that the winner would get $2,500 hotel stay, and they get to come to the BDH. So let's go. All right. So yeah, I mean, if the bullish momentum is going to continue, I would love pullback going into the open, chat. Right now we got 600 votes, and 63% of the chat feel that we're gonna go up at open, more upside. So we'll see. Any account giveaways today? You got to stay tuned. You never know. We don't do account giveaways every day, chat. We're not the live stream that does that. To be honest, I think we kind of take pride in that. But obviously we do giveaways, so just stay tuned. You never know. And what I mean by that is that we're not the streams. We're not the network guys that basically. We don't do giveaways every day, right? I'll say that. We don't do giveaways every day. But we do them occasionally, so stay tuned. But nevertheless, we're getting ready for market open. So we currently have about 11 minutes and 45 seconds, chat. Obviously, we had a push to the upside. We were kind of like in a consolidation range prior to this breakout. So you can kind of map out this range that we were kind of stuck in. And then you had a pump back to the upside. So this is going to be a little interesting here what happens, right? Do we come back inside the range below that 25,078, kind of trap some people and then push back up to the upside? So maybe we come back to closer to the 25,000. It's going to be interesting how this plays out. So we will see. So I am my strategy here, it's gonna clearly be, chat, let the 5-minute ORB set up. Let it open up, and we'll see if I can get some momentum on a solid, the first 5-minute ORB candle setup, right? That's ideal. But if that first 5-minute candle, the 930 candle, when it closes at 935, if it's looking a little shaky, meaning that it has like long wicks at the top and the bottom, it's a doji candle, etc., then I need to wait for more information. So we'll see. 1 hour chart right now, when you look to the left on the 1 hour chart, we put in a higher high. The last time we were up here in this area, guys, we had a sell-off back to the downside, right? So that's a little concerning. So if you kind of draw, just map out your, if you want to call it support, resistance, whatever. The last time we were up in this area, we had some selling pressure and kind of step back into the market and take us back to the downside. So we'll see. Hey D, quick one here. Do you consider equal lows on all time frames, or is it only the 5 minute time frame? So mobility 46. Yeah, so I'm primarily looking at the 5 minute chart because I'm looking for quick pops in the market, maybe 20, 30 points, etc. And then I'm probably closing that trade out. So, but I'm sure you'll find it on all time frames as well, if you look hard enough. All right, guys, so we're at 600 likes. Do me a solid, hit the like button if you haven't already. Trying to keep the streak alive. We got 3,600 people tuned into the show. It's only 9:21, chat. So if you haven't already, hit the like button. If you're not subscribed to the channel, you know what to do. Looks like we'll give it a few more minutes on the poll, and we'll see where we're at. So I'm thinking a sweep upside, then bring it back down to range like they've been doing until Nvidia earnings. Yeah, I mean, chat. I mean, it's been a little cray with little ray. So meaning that you've been getting these ranges. You'll get. I mean, yesterday we had a pretty good pop in the morning, and then we had a retracement, and then we had a range, right, that we kind of were stuck in since 2 o'clock. So power hour yesterday was pretty brutal. I mean, you got stuck basically for 2 hours in a 50, 60 point range. So, I mean, we'll see. We'll see what we get. But we're out here. We're doing it. If you guys missed yesterday's afternoon stream, I pulled a pretty epic card. Guys, I got a coleslaw card. Pokemon card. So, hey. Had to lock this thing up last night, chat. Ginger was kind of looking at it on the way out yesterday, like she, was thinking about trying to bargain for the card, but no sirree, Bob. I'm waiting for PW, right? I'm gonna get one of his Pikachus, chat. I'm willing to trade for a Pikachu. I'm willing to trade. I'm willing to give up the card, but it has to be worth my while. What's the value? The value is actually 5 cents, sir. Oh, man. Is there any news today, right? So I just saw that kind of pop up there. So we're going to take a look. So let me change this really quick. Give me 1 second. So it looks like we got FOMC. We got a, oh man, you gotta love that, chat. We got a FOMC speaker at 9:30. So you got crude oil inventories at 10:30. 11 o'clock, you got another FOMC speaker and another one at 1:20. So that's what I'm seeing. So no red folder. Not seeing any red folder today, chat. But you do have quite a bit of FOMC action from a speaker standpoint, starting at the unfortunate time of 9:30. That's a PSA 10 Pikachu. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Guys, I think that's a fair deal. PW's PSA Pikachu, guys. I think he paid over, I think what, 150,000 or something for this coleslaw card. I mean, in my opinion, that's right. Am I missing something, chat? I don't think I'm off base. We'll see how PW feels about that, guys. I'm sure he's gonna be pretty vocal about how he feels about that card. About the coleslaw card. Are you saying coleslaw? Yes. I'm literally saying coleslaw. You had to be there in the moment. It's like one of those things, right? So if you turned the stream off yesterday before that coleslaw moment, you missed out. Yeah, it was about 3:30 yesterday. Maybe 3:15, something like that. So we're getting ready, chat. We're getting ready. Don't you worry. So we have about 3 minutes and 55 seconds left. Market put in a high at 25,177.50. You're getting a bit of a pullback, kind of respecting the EMA. So ideally, you would probably want some kind of sweep at open to the downside and then a continuation back up, right? If we're going to continue higher. So we're at 907 likes, guys. Do me a solid. We got over 4,400 people tuned into the show. Do me a solid. Hit the like button if you haven't already. If you're not subscribed, you know what to do. We're getting ready for market open. It's hump day. D-Money, what platform do you trade on? Yeah, Tradeovate Prop. That's the preferred platform and the only platform of the BDH. You already know. And we're at 1,000 likes, guys, so the streak continues. Let's go. Appreciate the support. Dump. Yeah, we're going to find out. Don't you worry. So the poll right now, chat, we're going to close the poll out. We'll give it another 10 seconds. So right now, though, we're currently sitting at 63%. Feel that we're going to go up at market open. That's 1,450 votes. So the chat is, however, that's not, we got 4,500 people tuned into the show. So that does not paint the entire picture. That's less than half of, obviously, right, the chat. So from a vote standpoint. So it's going down. Got it. Scott Straits. Yeah. We're going to find out, right? So we're going to finalize the poll here, chat. Pretty significant gap in between the up or down, right? So 62% versus 38%. So that's a done deal. We're going to finalize it here. You'll see the results pop up in the chat. So, but we're rolling here, right? 1,600 votes, 62%. So we're getting ready. We got less than 2 minutes, a minute and about 10 seconds at this point for the market to open up, and we're gonna see how it reacts at open. Had a pump basically out of a consolidation range, and just been expanding higher. So gonna see what we can get. So far it's been respecting the EMAs, guys. We have not had a drop and close below the EMAs since basically 6 o'clock, right? You can kind of see that. So do we pump straight up at open and then kind of get a pullback at some point? We'll see. 15 seconds left. We're getting ready. 5 seconds. And here's the open, chat. So let's see what happens here. Got a pop here. About a 35-point pop so far to the upside. So yeah, this is some rocket fuel here, about a 40-point pop so far. So will it continue? You gotta love those pops, guys. Somebody said sell the pops. Yeah, I'm not selling the pop. You're just getting a pop straight up at open, chat here, right? So you gotta love that. So ideally, so yeah, I'm gonna, obviously I'll wait here, right? We barely got any kind of retracement. So that's a little unfortunate. But it happens. 15-minute chart, I mean, crazy bullish pin bar before that 9:30 candle opened up as well on the 15-minute chart. You can kind of see that right there. So let's see what happens. You got 3 minutes left on the current 5-minute candle. Gonna start, so I'm gonna map out the low, guys, because it obviously just pumped straight to the upside, basically with no pullback at all. 156.75. Playing the RB, yeah, that's what I'm gonna try to play. But I mean, it's, you know, when these pumps happen like right at the open and with no pullback, it's kind of like you want to wait. You know, I gotta wait, chat, right? I gotta wait for I'll wait for this 5-minute candle to close out, do its thing. Somebody said it's a shark. It's a shark with the laser beam attached to his head. I don't know what that means. D-Money, what did you study for knowing so much? Just 10 years of experience, to be honest. I've been trading for 10 years, chat. Ups and downs, blowing accounts, getting frustrated. I mean, pretty much everything. All right, so we'll map out. Got the low mapped out already, right? It looks like that's gonna hold, chat. 25,156.75. So we'll have to see now if so you're talking about about a 76 point, about 80 point. It's still pushing now, right? So it's going into the last 50 seconds of the candle closing out. And I'll adjust this as it gets closer. 244 was the high so far. All right, so if it holds, right, I'll just adjust it on the high end if it doesn't. But so far the high is 25,244. It looks like it could possibly hold. So you had what, about a 90-point pop to the upside? No pullback. Almost, right? About 88 points, guys. Straight up. We're above the 1450 and 200 EMA on the 5-minute chart as well. So ideally, the opening range 5-minute candle's been set, chat. Above 244 would be a breakout trade, targeting probably 300 level or higher. That's a pretty significant pump there, but above that high, you would probably have to target like 300 level or higher. And I'm getting that from the higher time frame. But this is an interesting area, right? Because it's kind of like we hit already right at the open 200 EMA on the 4-hour chart, guys. So kind of want some kind of pullback like that's currently happening, right? It is happening right now. Form some kind of bottom wick and then expand out of this level for more upside potential. So, but if you're gonna play the breakout trade above 244, will be the entry. 15-minute candle right now looks pretty good, but you got no bottom wick. But however, so this is the time to be patient, chat, because you had a nice bullish pin bar before that pump. And if it's going to continue, then there'll be time for an entry. We still have at 300 and 310 level, guys, right? So keep an eye out, 25,000, 310 area. Like I said, if we get back above the opening range high, guys, could be a long setup there, but I don't like how we basically didn't have a retracement, right? We did not have a retracement, but I'm gonna, if it kind of puts in a high up here above the current candle's high, I'm gonna play it, right? So if we get back above 248, I'm in the long, guys. Trying for more upside. And then if it basically rejects, kind of comes down for a retracement, then it's a trap, right? So you don't really want to play it. But if you can get back above the high of the current candle, I need to see a new high basically be put in, right? 248. So I'll probably call it 249, guys, right? So I'm long above 249. I'll be long above 249 because right now it could be a little trap action because we've already had a pump of about 80 points and no retracement. So I don't want to get caught in that. I would rather wait for a new high to be put in, if that makes any sense. So I basically got a buy order at 249. And we'll see if we can get it, right? We got over 6,000 people tuned into the show, guys. Do me a solid, hit the like button if you haven't already. If you're not subscribed to the channel, you know what to do. Just kind of waiting here because we had a pump to the upside. And what I've noticed on these big moves, chat, is that if you get a pretty good pump on that first candle and then it starts to kind of hesitate up here, then it could be a trap and they're going to reverse this thing down, right? So you got to be a little patient. Maybe they want a deeper retracement before they head higher. So I don't want to get caught in that, right? So if you're trying to trade a breakout, you basically want to see a new high establish before you kind of enter at this point, right? Because you had the 5-minute ORB, you had a higher high put in, but then you had an immediate pullback right back inside of the range. So that's why it's smart to let them kind of, okay, they want to dib and dabble down here, let them dib and dabble, and then if the momentum steps back in to put in a new high, then I would be looking to get long. Because other than that, they might want a deeper pullback closer to the EMA 25,168, and then we expand to the upside. So this is kind of interesting here. right? Because it's could be a trap. So that 80-point pop was pretty interesting, right? But meaning that, do we have enough momentum to go higher, guys? Right? Do we have enough to kind of get up to the 300 level or higher? So I am trying to long now. I'm in a long, guys. Entry was 253, basically right above that high, right, that we talked about. So let's see if we got enough momentum to push. That's over 10 points. Looking for probably that 300 level or right at it if we can get up there, guys. We retested the opening range, so at this point you want to see us go and not stall out, chat. Right, if they're gonna send this. So was up over 10 points, guys. With the kind of price action that we've been having, nothing wrong with taking that, to be honest. I'm gonna say that because we don't know if we're gonna get continuation. Obviously, I think 300 level will be in play if the bullish momentum continues to the upside. That's where I'm trying to target, but we'll see if we can get up there. And that's just going off the higher time frame, guys, right? I'm looking here at 309 area. Could be a potential target if they really push it, right? But if they stall, that's not great. If we kind of get back inside the range. So if we get back to like 230, guys, that will be like the stop back below the opening range, right? I'm not gonna let this. If it gets back to like 230, I'm gonna get stopped out. I'm gonna close the trade out, and then wait for a deeper retracement probably for an entry. Was up like over 10 points, but see how we're kind of pulling back. So that's not great. All right, there's over 15 points, baby. Let's go, baby. Come on, guys. There's 20 points. Let's go, let's go, let's go. I love you. All right. You want up, want a little bit more there, guys, but we'll see if we can get a little pump here. I wanted higher. I want up to at least like 280, but I might not get it here on the first pump. I'm gonna take the 20, guys. I'm gonna take the 20-point pop. Close the trade out. Let's go. I'll take the W, chat, and I'll wait for this candle to close outside of the range. Right, and the reason why is because we've already had that huge pump to the upside. So I want this candle to basically close outside of the range, and then I can make a decision to re-enter, right? Got to be smart, chat, because we haven't really had a pullback. That's the only thing I don't like. We really haven't had a pullback. So I'll take the 20-point winner for the first trade out here trying to make a little money. Drop a W in the chat if you took the call out for the long on the breakout. We rolling. And maybe we get more continuation here, guys, right out the rip. But I was trying to target like 300 level. But the way that I look at this, chat, it's only 945. And even if they push this, that's fine. I'll just wait for a retracement to re-enter for longs, right? And there's 290, of course, right? So they're gonna push it. They're gonna push it. 295, there you go, right? So it's pretty close to that level I was looking at, right? 300 level. But I'll wait for a retracement either way, chat, at this point. Because we haven't really had any. It's been a shoot. It's been a straight up. If you look at the 15-minute candle, the opening candle, straight up pop to the upside of 121 points, guys. So that's why, right, I want some kind of retracement for a re-enter. So we'll wait. That's fine. They basically got it to 300 level. 303, actually. 303.50, so it would have hit the target. If you held it, you got actually 50 points on that trade. Mac Trades, yeah, you're right, man. Hey, the chat was on point today. You guys called out that you felt it was gonna go up at open, and pretty significantly, right? So it was like 60-something%. So the chat was accurate. So there's that 300 level that I wanted, chat. Just didn't like that we didn't have a pullback before getting there at all, right? We had a 100+ point pop initially, so was a little cautious there, in all honesty. But that's fine. You haven't had a single bearish candle yet, so this thing is going straight to the moon. Do me a solid if you haven't already, guys. Hit the like button. So just dropped a pretty banging trade there. Saw a lot of W's in the chat. If you're not subscribed to the channel, you know what to do. Gotta get to 2,000 likes, chat. We're at we got over 6,000 people. Almost 6,100. We got 6,100 people actually tuned into the show. So do me a solid, hit the like button. If you're not subscribed, you know what to do. So now is just the time to be patient, chat. This thing is running. No pullback in sight, but if you traded NQ long enough, you've seen this story multiple times, guys. You get violent pumps in one direction. Pullback has to come at some point. So I'll wait for a pullback to try to re-enter. Seven money bag, yo. Looks like I made $4,000 times 3 for Lucid Flex. Nice, let's go. So yeah, I mean it's if this 1 hour candle, like look at the 1 hour candle, chat, right now. This is why I'm saying, like, right, I want some kind of pullback. Oh man, but you might, you know, hey, it is I mean, you look at a 30-minute candle because that's gonna reflect the open. This is what I'm saying, chat, right? It's basically straight to the moon. There's no you got a small bottom wick. I mean, this thing is up 170 points so far. And there could be more in sight. Make no mistake about it. You just ideally want price to kind of come down and retest, build out a higher low, and then continuation right to the upside. So what time frame is this? 1 minute or 5 minute? Yeah, I don't trade the 1 minute. This is the 5 minute chart. Got about 18 seconds left on the current candle. You're getting ready for the last 10 minutes, chat, of the 1 hour and 4 hour candle. So I am going to let that kind of play out. So on the 4 hour chart, looking to the left, kind of mapping out areas of interest where we could have some resistance, if you want to call it that. Still got room. Up to at least 25,374, right? But if this candle closes the way that it's looking right now, bulls are clearly, I mean, we all know that at this point, right? Bulls are in control, chat. You had to wait for the open to see who was going to be in control. Right now it's the bulls. I mean, straight push, right? This is a straight straight pump up. And so now it's just the time to be patient, chat. If you caught some of the move, I mean, you're good. You're not feeling you don't have any FOMO. Right? You shouldn't have any FOMO. Because you were able to kind of capitalize on some of the move. Now, ideally, you will want some kind of pullback for a better entry. All gas, no brakes. Yeah, it's looking cray with Lil Ray Ray. At some point, though, you'll have some kind of pullback, chat. So, yeah, I mean, you got Nvidia earnings after market close today. Daily 1 hour candle looks cray with Lil Ray Ray. Obviously, the 4 hour candle looks cray with Lil Ray Ray. And then your daily candle is approaching these higher levels. It just kind of pushed above that 25,311 area. 50 EMA on the daily chart. Kind of talked about that level pre-market. So yeah, I mean, if the bullish momentum, the way that I look at this, chat, if the bullish momentum is going to continue, then there's going to be more entries, right? Because if we're going to have a nice trend day to the upside, you're going to see higher highs and higher lows. That's just how the market moves, right? When it's trending. So see what else we can get. Zeke D, do you ever worry about ATR or STD? Sir, I definitely worry about STD. Don't want to get any STDs around here, sir. Let's go. Oh man. Am I worried about STDs? Yeah, yes, sir. I'm concerned about STDs, sir. Oh man. Somebody said they love when Ginger laughs after a joke.
Sorry, not sorry.
Oh man, you gotta love it. Aren't we all concerned? Well, apparently he's not concerned, guys. I'm a little concerned that he's not concerned. You know, because it's like I don't think he's concerned. Oh man. So he's talking about more than likely standard deviation, guys. I know what he's talking about. I just it's funny when he said STD. You know, I mean, hey. So yeah, he's talking about standard deviation. Yeah, I mean, so standard deviation, guys, if you're not familiar with that, that's basically going to kind of give you like how price moves, right? You can kind of map it out on whatever you're trading. And it's like, hey, the average range for the day is 400 points, 500 points, etc., right? So if you kind of get above that, then you're looking for possible pullbacks the opposite direction. So that's what he's talking about. It's kind of like pivot points, etc. But just funny that when I saw STD, I had to run with it.
Yeah.
So any trades yet, D-Money? Yeah, it took a long. Maybe you just tuning into the stream. So yeah, it took a W on the long here for 20 plus points. It was up like 25, right, or something like that, guys, right? maybe a little bit more than 25 points. But we just didn't have enough pullback for me to. I wanted 300 level, and I closed it before. So now just waiting. We got 5 minutes before the market kind of finalizes this 1 hour and 4 hour candle. So that's what we're waiting for. How many points did you bag, guys, so far? It's 9:55. Drop it in the chat. Let's see what we got. So how much money or points are you up on the session so far? I know we got well over 6,000 people tuned into the show, so let's go. Where's PW? Yeah, PW's actually, he's on the boat today, guys. He's doing boat things today, so he's not streaming today, chat. All right, so we got a variation here, 35. So you got points, you got dollars, so you got 90 points, 50 points, nice, 30 points, 20 points up, 25 up. You got $2,600 in profit, $500, 25 points, nice. Half a point, yeah. You were probably tuned into somebody else's stream, and then you just joined us, so you're bad. Up 700, nice. 4,000. Somebody said 0 points. Negative 100 points. Yeah. You probably faded it. You faded me, or you faded the chat for that long. And it didn't work out for you. So there's always next time. $1,400. Let's go. 2,500, 600, 140 points. Wow, you caught the whole pump. Up $1,000 on my funded account, clearing $2,200 payout tomorrow. Hey, congrats, Kevin. Congrats, happy for you, man. $1,000 for Zoe, nice. $1,500 for Jay Light. Let's go. 10,000 held from London. Okay. Little swing, little short-term swing action there. We're not mad at it. $4,000 on 4 accounts. D-Money, I saw you on Call of Duty Mobile. That wasn't me. Blue eval, I faded accidentally with 5 minis and it was gone. Oh man, I hate when that happens, right? So we're just waiting, chat, for you're getting a pullback now. But we got about 2 minutes and 5 seconds left for the current higher time frame candles to close out, referring to the 1 hour and 4 hour. We'll see how they close out. A lot of times you get a pull in the opposite direction going into the candle close. You got people taking profit, etc. So we'll let this new candle open up, and we'll see where the momentum kind of takes us on the 1 hour and 4 hour chart. As far as 10 o'clock, we do not have any news at 10 o'clock. We do have crude oil inventories, though, at 10:30. It's not red folder, but just to be aware of what we're dealing with. D-Money, how do you approach passing the Apex prop challenge? So you have to be strategic because it's trailing drawdown, and you're trying to take profit at the highest point, right, to not get dinged on your drawdown. So, in other words, if you're up 20 points on the trade, you traded one contract, you're up $400 approximately. Nothing wrong with closing that out and then trying to re-enter, right? Because if you let it go to zero from a profit standpoint and you're up $400 as an example, you lost $400 in drawdown. So that's how it works. Because there's no, the drawdown, the trailing does not cut off, obviously, in the evaluation phase. So the trailing cuts off when you're funded and you're past your drawdown plus $100. That's how it works. So, right? So 50K account, your drawdown is $2,500 on Apex, 50K account. So once you get to 2,600, your drawdown cuts off and it's no longer trailing. It's end of day, basically, right? It's like your balance, whatever your balance is, minus that $100. Rama, I know nothing about trading. I just follow whatever D-Money does. Oh man, yeah. So I will prefer you learn, sir. As So, I mean, that's the goal, I believe, of the BDH chat, right? We're trying to add value to the space, and we're not a signal service, so we're not here to provide financial advice. We're not going to get every trade right as well, right? So you need to have conviction, in my opinion, on trades that you're taking, because if it goes south, you know, you're able to kind of wipe that off and move on instead of, but we can always kind of tell in the chat when there's some people that are just, you know, maybe they joined the stream and they're obviously they're going to catch the trade that didn't work or something, and then they're pissed off, right? So not saying that's you, I'm just saying that it's probably smart to, hey, I mean, I would like to think that we drop a lot of content, chat, educate from an educational standpoint. There's going to be a lot more coming. I feel like we try to analyze our trades and break down while we're taking certain setups. So, I mean, why not try to learn how to trade, right? So right now, the current 5-minute candle is just kind of pushed up into that higher time frame area that I had drawn out, the resistance level on the 4-hour chart. So need to wait to see how we react. Are we going to get more of a pump here? You had so the question is, like, this bottom wick on the current previous 5-minute candle, guys, was 30 points, right? So the bulls step right back in to take price higher. So ideally, like, what would I love to see? I would love to see us get back to the 14 EMA, 25,249, and then kind of build out some higher lows for more continuation, but we might not get that. We'll see. Haven't had a red candle, chat, since the 9:15 candle. So definitely want to see some kind of pullback with at least a bearish candle or two on the 5-minute chart, right? Ideally. And this, keep in mind, this is the start of a new 1-hour and 4-hour candle, chat. So this is your 1-hour chart right now. You got a small top wick, you got a small bottom wick. So would love a pullback deeper, probably to the EMA 5-minute chart, even the opening range, right? Because that kind of coincides with the opening range, 25,244 area down here. And then we get an expansion back to the upside. So we'll see. Are we creeping up to the neckline of a 4-hour neckline of a 4-hour double bottom? So yeah, I mean, this is what I'm seeing on the 4-hour chart. So this is why I have that box drawn out. So the last time we were up here, we had some selling pressure kind of step in. So you need to be aware of that 25,400 area. Does it have to get all the way up to the top of that gray box? Absolutely not. They could reject it now, right? But ideally, I need a pullback, chat, to want to get long at this point. We've had already, I mean, even if you measure from pre-market, you've had a 283 pop to the upside, so you want some kind of pullback. But we haven't even had a single red candle, guys, on a 5-minute chart. So that kind of tells you what we're dealing with right now. So just got to be a little patient. Shout out to Ashley DMONEY. I just passed my rapid, the knowledge you dish out, stepping away with $600 on the PA account. Nice, congrats. What if we get a double top? Yeah, if we get a double top, that's fine. I mean, I wouldn't be looking for shorts though, like just off the area, off this like resistance area. I would be looking for basically ways to get long after a nice pullback right now. right? Now, if we close below the 14 EMA chat on the 5-minute chart and we can't get back above it, meaning that we're putting in like lower highs and lower lows and with momentum to the downside, and we get a bearish EMA cross, then I would be looking possibly for shorts. But see, right now, like every drop is kind of getting bought right back up. So we're still kind of like in this area where we have not, we just haven't gotten that decent pullback yet that I think a lot of people are probably waiting for now to try to rejoin longs if you didn't catch it earlier. But yeah, I mean, there's a battle. Right, there's a battle right now, guys. Like I said, so that was the first red candle that just closed out on the 5-minute chart. And you're getting a bullish reaction right back up so far on the current candle. So a lot of bullish momentum in the market, guys, at the moment, right? All right, so we're getting a pullback. We are getting one that's starting, which is encouraging for sure. So need to let this build out a little bit. We just had a rejection off of 25,361.75. And basically now, yeah, this EMA 25,250 area could be in play, right? If they're really going to, because we haven't had a decent pullback at all, right? This is the second bearish candle since basically 9:20 this morning. And you had straight uppers basically, right? Going into the open chat. So this, you want to see this. This is healthy, right? If the uptrend is going to continue, chat, you want to see a nice pullback here. So it's happening. Somebody said time to short, buddy. Yeah. Go ahead if you see a short setup. Right? So what are you shorting off of, though? The first bearish candle on the 15-minute chart? I mean, that's right, because ideally right now, to be honest, that's what you're shorting off of. There's not enough information yet to kind of, for me, based on how I trade, right? If you see a short setup, if you're playing, so if you're shorting because it wicked off of the resistance area, I mean, then okay, right? But that does not mean that has to, that we got to, that a 200-point flush is coming to the downside, right? It could, but I might try no man's lands long, and at 270 might be stupid, but gonna do it. Yeah. Yeah, right now the trend is to the upside, chat, right? So I'm looking for longs. I'm trying to stay with the trend. That's why I'm saying what I'm saying, right? If you're shorting, 4-hour chart, you're looking to the left and you're like, oh, hey, yeah, because I have that level mapped out, right? So I'm aware clearly of the levels, but I want a retracement to get long. And that's how I'm gonna play it, right? So I'm looking for basically a retracement down, guys, builds out some kind of higher low, bullish engulfing candle, equal low, etc. And then I'm trying to join the party in that direction, right? So quite extended, yeah. You want to pull back. That's what's happening. We're in the middle, right? It's trying to pull back. Opening range highs 25,244. So we'll see how deep of a pullback we get. DMONEY, your equal lows and highs setup, how many bars do you wait for a reversal before the signal is no longer valid? So I'm basically, if you're getting in a, like, let's say an equal low, because there's not much for me to do right now, chat, right? I'm kind of waiting here.
EYD double bottom at 25307.
So this is almost like looking like an equal low here, guys, so far, right? So I would keep an eye out. That's kind of interesting there. Looks like some kind of short-term equal low pointed out here, guys. Doesn't mean it has to hold because that's the first time back there and the market's trying to retrace to the downside. But that's definitely a little equal low setup there. So I would say back above 323, guys, a long setup could be in play there. Equal low bounce to the upside, right? Kind of getting back up to 351 or higher. So this is what I'm looking at here. And the current candles low, guys. That's a little interesting, right? So the low of this candle here to the left, 25,303. The low of the current candle, 25,303.25. Now, if it flushes that low, guys, then obviously that trade setup would be invalid. But basically, if you could get back above like 325, you could be looking for a price to try to put in new highs up here. So just depends, right? You gotta wait and see how this shapes up. So far it's holding, but that, you got to wait and see. But if it snaps the current candle's high, then so like somebody was like, hey, how do you trade the equal low? So right now, right, if you're looking to trade this, I mean, you had 58-point retracement. I mean, it's not 100 points, but it's because I like the 100-point or more retracement. So that trade will be a little bit riskier, to be honest, because it's not like 100 points. You didn't have like a 100-point pullback. So just kind of keep that in mind. But my stop would just be right below the equal low, right? Because if it takes out that low, I don't want to be, it would be invalid, right? So like if you got in at 325, if it popped that high, but then all of a sudden it came back down and took out the low, then that equal low setup for long would be invalid, right? So that's how I would kind of play that. The safe way to do it is let it basically get back above the high of the current candle, 325. Because if it can't, then who knows, right? It could flush all the way down here, guys, to below 270. And that's a safe way to trade it, right? So you're not stuck, you're not getting caught in a trade that basically was a trap, right? Because it kind of pushes up and then pushes immediately down to sell off. So, all right, so the current candle's low is 302. Kind of flush. You lost that little low there, but it's right back up. So is that a swipe to go higher? We'll see. I see a short to 260. Yeah, I mean that's the 14 EMA. I mean that's a basic setup there. I'm not saying that this has to bounce. I'm basically just saying that, hey, there's an equal low setup there that's sitting there, right? So now if it loses that equal low with momentum, then clearly, yeah, there's going to be a larger flush. I would say maybe even lower than 260, to be honest. But you're not put into a long anyway unless it take it. So you would have never entered the long unless it took out the candle's high. So, right? It doesn't matter. Like it's not like you were entered short or entered long, sorry. But this is great, right? You want to see this if you're a bull, chat. You want to see the pullback. Either way, you want to see it kind of get back closer to the 14 EMA at 268 or the opening range at 244 high. And then price maybe starts to put in a higher low, etc., bullish engulfing, and then it does like a V-shape recovery to the upside. So far about a 76 point retracement. You got to love it. Somebody said pull back to 130. Yeah. I mean, anything's possible. We'll have to wait and see. All right, so 5-minute chart. You got a nice bottom wick so far in the current 5-minute candle. So is that enough to kind of get this thing going back the opposite direction, or do they want more to the downside, chat? You swipe the equal low here. So I would have to lean with if we can get back above that 315, 316 area, then you'll probably get a pretty violent push back up to 360. So let's see how we react. You do have more downside that could happen on the higher time frame. Make no mistake about it. But you do have a current like 30-minute chart. It's trying to form some kind of wick. 1 hour chart right now is trying to form a bottom wick. You can see that. So how deep, right? How deep is the pullback? So we will see. We're going to find out either way. A long 25,300. Yeah. I mean, I like a long. I would like a long if we can kind of get back above probably 315, to be honest. Right now, I mean, you got selling pressure, right? That's still kind of present in the market. So there's no I mean, 75-point retracement, that's decent. But we could want a little more. I mean, the EMA is at 25,273. So, just being patient. Do you ever trade ES? Crazy divergence between NQ and ES right now. Yeah, I don't trade ES. Pull back to 255. Yeah, it could. Wouldn't surprise me, chat, right? It wouldn't surprise me at all, only because that's, I mean, keep in mind the opening range high is 25,244. So that wouldn't surprise me at all. So while we wait, chat, for a price to kind of build out here, we only need 300 likes, guys, to get to 2,000 likes. We got 5,900 people tuned into the show. Do me a solid if you haven't already. Hit the like button. If you're not subscribed to the channel, you know what to do. Just kind of waiting for NQ to build out. So 1022, 30-minute candle right now, still bearish. 1 hour candle obviously is bearish, chat. 4 hour chart's bearish. Daily still obviously bullish. So every time frame except for the daily chart is bearish right now. So I would say that, I mean, the longs here above, right? Like, so that 283 entry actually would have been probably ideal for like a quick long, trying to basically say that, hey, we respected the EMAs pretty much all sessions so far. If you look, chat, to the down here, we haven't had a close back below the EMAs, but you want to see something convincing. I'm waiting for something convincing to get long, chat. That's basically what it is at this point. So bullish engulfing candles, equal lows after a nice sell-off, double bottoms, triple bottoms, etc., right? Got to look for something that kind of screams buyers are back, ready to take price higher. You had about a 78-point sell-off. So let's measure out the opening range from 930. So you had a 205-point pop to the upside, chat. You had a 75, like a almost 80-point retracement. But you need to, you know, there's a lot of room to the downside, like on the 15-minute chart. So the 15-minute chart, 25,208 is sitting there. So if we can't turn bullish on the 5-minute chart, because that's where we're going to see the momentum first, chat, it's going to pick up on the 5-minute chart, right? And then it should carry over to the 15-minute chart, 30-minute chart, 1 hour, etc. So if we're going to remain bullish throughout the day, because obviously at this point we've already had a decent sized push, and unfortunately what's been happening is that you're getting these crazy moves typically market open, and then the market kind of hibernates a little bit, gets stuck in the range, etc., right? So hopefully that doesn't happen. You know, you got Nvidia earnings after market close today, so all right, there's a bullish engulfing candle on the 5-minute chart. Right off the 14 EMA, chat. So that's pretty convincing there, guys. So right, kind of called out that you would probably want to look for continuation if it can start taking out previous candles highs. So that 25,000 like 315 area, that's the area that I would be kind of eyeing right now, right? If we can get back above 315, you're trying to target 350 or higher, chat. Maybe even putting in new highs above 361, right? If they're going to push it with momentum, but it would need to go. Now, if you start kind of getting these kind of slowdown periods after these bounces, it did a lot of that yesterday, chat. Remember, there was a few trades I was up, I think, 15 points, and then it pulled back. We could be getting into a chop fest, right? Unfortunately. So it could be getting ready to chop. So, but you had a reaction off the 14 EMA. Is it going to continue up here to 350 or higher? One hour candle has a nice bottom wick, but it needs to kind of pick up a little bit. 15-minute candle's trying to push. All right, so you would have to try it, guys. I'm trying it. Oh, you got a pump there. 316 was the entry right above the high. Kind of talked about that level. See, we'll get more continuation here, guys. So if we can, all right, there's right at 10 points, guys, from 325, right at it. There's over, all right, let's go. All right, that's 15 points, guys. Let's go, baby. Come on, guys. Come on, man. 20 points. I love you. That's over 20 points, chat. I'm going to take that off. We'll take the W. I love you. NQ, I love you. Let's go. Come on, man. So yeah, guys, we rolling. Do me a solid, guys. I see the W's dropping in the chat. Hit the like button. We got to get over 2,000 likes. Looks like we just hit 2,000, guys. I appreciate the support. So let's go over that trade, guys. Let's go over that trade, right? Somebody said they're in a cell. Well, I mean, I hope you're trolling. I hope you're not in a cell. But yeah, let's go over this trade, chat. So what did I see here? So overall, the market is in an uptrend. That's why it's smart to stay with the trend. The trend is your friend. And kind of had to be patient, was waiting for basically some kind of reaction from the bulls showing that they're ready to step in and take price back to the upside. You had a nice sell-off. The sell-off was actually, 78 points roughly from the high put in. Saw that we respected the 14 EMA, and this candle was the indicator, chat. This candle was the indicator. This was the bullish engulfing candle on the 5-minute chart. So once I saw the bullish engulfing candle, you notice that the high of this candle was 25,315.75. My entry was like 316 or a little bit higher than 316, chat. Rode it to the upside. So you got to love it. Basic trading. You're right, sir. Basic trading. All right. So called out 2 trades so far, guys. That's 2 winning trades. Somebody said they were short. Unfortunately, that trade didn't work, right? So you got to kind of, we're starting to do a V-shaped recovery here. You can kind of see that, right, chat? See how we got the V-shape kind of recovery happening right out the 14 EMA. Typically, when price is going to give you a trend day, you're going to get higher highs and higher lows in an uptrend. EMAs are going to be very well respected, and a lot of times you will not get a candle closure back below the EMA. So that's what I was waiting for. Was waiting for that confirmation that we were not going to break the EMA to the downside, and took the setup. So never fear. The BDH is here, guys. Don't you worry. Give me 1 second, chat. All right, so now just got to be patient, guys, for the next setup. So how are we going to react now? We're going to push higher. You got a 30-minute candle that just opened up. Previous 30-minute candle is bearish. So probably smart to let it set up a little bit. Oh, man. You got to love it, chat. So up like $855 on this account, guys. I didn't copy trade. Didn't have the trade copier on. But we'll just switch back and forth basically between accounts today. It is what it is. Yeah, this 30-minute candle. So the thing I don't like about the 30-minute candle, chat, is, I mean, you got a nice bottom wick on the previous 30-minute candle. However, it's bearish. So, and it put in a higher high already, right? So that's a little concerning that it put in a higher high already, right? And then now we're getting like, and it closed bearish. So not sure how that's gonna play out here, right? Because we've had a nice pump to the upside. You can clearly see the 30-minute opening candle, right, from 9:30 to 10 o'clock. That's your range candle, right? Almost 200 points. So it wouldn't be out of the question that we get a deeper pullback here, and then kind of build out to go higher. So going down to 25,200. Yeah, it could, right? That the higher time frame right now doesn't look too hot, chat, for a long continuation, right? So obviously we just played the pump to the upside on the 5-minute chart because I saw the bullish engulfing candle. But the open of the new 30-minute candle does not look like the higher time frame right now is not ready for longs, right? That's how you got to like kind of frame it 4-hour chart still bearish. 1-hour chart still bearish. 30-minute chart at the moment still bearish. You got crude oil inventories that just came out at 10:30. So but yeah, so not surprised of this kind of sell-off here, chat. Keep an eye out for 25,244. They're gonna push it down there. That's the opening range candles high, but would not be surprised, right? Because it's kind of like we're either gonna range for a little bit. I feel like we could range here for a little bit. 282.75. So that's your see how we're kind of getting this reaction right off the 14 again. So, you know, you could be in for a little range action here, forming like some kind of W pattern. You got to drop, you got to push to the upside, right? We know that happened. That was the opening range setup. You got to drop to the downside, push back up, drop to the downside, maybe a push back up, and then maybe some selling pressure. So, but the higher time frame right now, it's not willing to go higher, right? It's not, they're not ready yet. It looks like to take this thing back to the upside so far, because we know how that works. That could change. But nevertheless, we're out here, chat. Just trying to make a little money. We'll have to let this thing kind of set up a little bit. I feel that, you know, at the moment, so, and what I mean by that, chat, look at the 15-minute chart. So this 15-minute candle that we're currently in, you had a high put in. Right now, it's like a lower high kind of like set up. This is like a nasty looking pattern. So I'm interested to see how this 15-minute candle closes, because if it flushes the low, obviously we got a deeper pullback probably in store, maybe even below the opening range high of 244. And we come down to 223 level or lower, which is the 14 EMA on the 15-minute chart. So that's what I'm reading right now. That's how I'm reading it. Could be in for a little range action in the short term. Double bottom. Yeah, I mean, it looks, 5-minute chart for sure right now. I mean, it's trying to form, it looks like a double bottom, right? You got 1 minute and 26 seconds left on the 5-minute chart. It just, the higher time frame though, I feel like you want to start seeing like the 15-minute chart did not cooperate and kind of shift bullish when the 5-minute chart gave you that pop. So, but it could be building out here. So you can kind of look at the support, chat, right off the 14 EMA. That's what I'm referring to right now. You can kind of see that, right? So you can see some support kind of building off the 14 EMA, double bottom type setup, etc. That's what it looks like, but we're in a range. So you know my theory on ranges. If you've been rocking out with DMONEY, you buy the bottom of the range, you sell the top of the range. And that 14 EMA has not had a candle that closed below it, chat. So this is a, in my opinion, for bulls short term, this is a make or break area. So this 25,286. If you're a bull, you don't want to see us back below that level. Because that kind of signifies that we're probably going to have a deeper retracement. Tight stops. Yeah. If you wanted to get long here, obviously for me, if I was looking to get long here, I don't like that candle closure though on the 5-minute chart that just closed as a doji. But if I was looking to get long, my stop would just be at the bottom of the range, right? Like 281. Maybe even 284, to be honest. My stop would be 284, guys. Because if it put in a new low, like I don't want to be a part of that. It kind of tells me that the bullish momentum is ended. So, but yeah, right now I feel like we're kind of like stuck in a range here, guys. So not much to do here. Right? Maybe you're looking at the 15-minute chart and you're like, hey, can we hold the previous low, 25,282.75 for a bounce back the opposite direction? So you could be looking at that as well. What is your play when equal low and high is on an EMA? Which do you show more respect towards? Best teacher in the industry. Hey, Josh, I appreciate the kind words and I appreciate the tip. Yeah, to be honest, I mean, hey, you would love to see an equal low and an EMA at the same area. I mean, that's in my opinion, right? You want as much confluence as possible. So you're rarely going to see that though right off the EMAs where you're going to have a equal low as well. But if you see that setup, then you're probably going to get a bounce more than likely, right?
Equal low highs on an EMA. Which do you show more respect, etc. towards? Best teachers in the industry.
So yeah, you will probably more than likely get a bounce, right? So the way that I use EMAs is I use them as support and resistance. I use them as areas like for possible reversals, etc. Right? So if you see an equal low setup, basically that's kind of signaling to you that we could be in for a reversal, right? And the way that it works is you want it after a downtrend or a short-term downtrend kind of steps into the market. I prefer like 100 points or more, like reversal. The market goes bullish, pulls back like 100 points or more. Typically when I see that and I see an equal low setup, it kind of yields me pretty good return, right? So and you can see the bounce here, guys. You're having a bullish reaction. So this is confirming like that double bottom. We're ranging, chat. We're in a range. So right now, longs, if you're looking, like I said, right, we kind of talked about it before that little pop. If you're looking to long and you're trying to play the range, you're basically not looking to marry the trade because the higher time frame hasn't kind of woken up yet. This 15-minute chart has a minute and 35 seconds left. So that's going to be the make or break area, right? So this is a little bit trickier because typically after you have an uptrend, chat, pretty good pump and price starts to consolidate and it looks bearish on a higher time frame, a sell-off is coming, right? A retracement, a deeper retracement is coming. So if you're looking to get long because you see a range that's kind of setting up on a 5-minute chart, you're not looking to marry that trade. You're basically looking for small little pops and you're looking to get out of the market because you could easily be chopped up or, you know, take a loss because the market turns bearish on you pretty quick, right? But we're still holding the 14 EMA. That is a key level, in my opinion, for bulls, chat. And that's how I got to play it, right? So 15-minute chart, I'm interested to see in the next 30 seconds what happens. Do we get a flush below the previous candle's low? Question of the day. All right, so there's that 297 level. See how you're getting like these. So now notice how, chat, the candle bodies are getting smaller. So see how you had a huge like drop down, and then you got a small candle body, small candle body. So that's definitely a little interesting there, meaning that you want to see momentum. If you're a momentum trader, you're trading, you want to see large candles, large body candles, right? Not small candles with like crazy small bodies. Doesn't make a lot of sense. So stuck in a range, you gotta love it. Hey D, will you and PW be streaming during the Nvidia results? No. Wish you were my neighbor so I could come over and trade. All your yard tools wouldn't need it. This hate's oh man, you gotta love it. So yeah, I mean it's all right. So there's your close, chat, of the 15-minute candle. Put in a higher low, but it's bearish. So we're kind of barcoding right now on the 15-minute chart. You can see that, chat. So right now, like I said, that's the only setup that I would kind of say that, right? You would have to play the range until you get more information. 1 hour chart still bearish. You got about 12 minutes and 45 seconds left on the current 1 hour candle. D-Money is long. Yeah, I'm not in the long, guys. I'm not in the long at all, to be honest. I'm not. But I do see that like I said, you get in. All right. This happened yesterday, chat. So if you were rocking out with D-Money yesterday during Power Hour, you saw like some trades. I was up like 15 points, and then I got basically trapped, right? See how you're getting these pops, and then you got to push right back down? So you like this current previous candle, right? You had a pump to the upside, 21 points, and then it ends up closing up 2 points, etc. Like, right? So this is that nasty price action with these wicks that we saw yesterday after the move at open. So this is looking very similar so far to that kind of price action, which is not great. So I love when D-Money says that's interesting. Yeah. I mean, yeah, man. It's just it's kind of cray right now. Power hours, but yeah, Power Hour was a joke yesterday, chat. Like it's not brutal. It was a joke. Like that's how you gotta put that. It was a joke. Because there wasn't much going on, right? Which we can't control, chat. There's nothing you can do about it. Some days it's going to be better than others, right? That's trading. Not much you can do. But it will flush around 11. Yeah, it could. I mean, it's not looking convincing for longs right now. And as soon as it turns like short-term bearish, it kind of pushes right back up. So this is the time to be patient, chat. That previous 30-minute candle was kind of like an indicator to me that we could be in store for some chop suey here. So now, make no mistake about it. If we lose the low of the previous 30-minute candle, that 25,282.75 level, then I do feel that the momentum may pick up very quickly to the downside. So, but until then, we could be kind of bouncing back and forth inside of the previous 30-minute candle, and that's what we're currently doing right now. We're still inside of that 30-minute candles range. Just kind of hanging out. So you're starting to put in some lower highs on the 5-minute chart. So if you guys want to see that, you're putting in some lower highs so far. So you could be getting ready for a rollover to the downside, chat. Just kind of building up. Got a high, lower high so far. But this has been the pattern. That's been happening. Right? You get these kind of lull periods after the move, and then it's looking rollover action type action right now, chat. So if you lose 24,282, look out for the opening range high. 25,244, right? That's what it could be shaping up for. The 1 hour candle is having a hard time kind of getting moving. So slowdown is real. Now, I think we said this pre-market that maybe we get a pump to the upside and then we get a lull period going into Nvidia earnings. And it's done that before, chat, where you pretty much just consolidate for the rest of the day. So sell your house and go short for 20 points. You are welcome. Yeah, I know, right? Looking like a flush is coming. Oh, man. Flush it like a Kohler toilet. Yeah. Still respecting the EMA. Yeah, it's still respecting the EMA, but it's putting in lower highs. So you got to also keep that in mind. That's not ideal if you're an EMA trader, right? And you're looking for longs. Like you're because basically, right, you're getting like a pump. Think about it. Like where my cursor is, you got to pump up, you got to sell off. You get a pump up a little bit smaller, right? And then maybe now we get a deeper sell off and finally flush these lows. That's what I'm smelling right now. So will this be the first candle? All right, there's the low, guys. There is the low. There's the low, right? So we just flushed that little low, the lows that have been sitting there right at 14 EMA. So you got about a minute and 25 seconds left on this current 5-minute candle. I'll be watching to see how it closes out. So if you get momentum pushing to the downside, look out for the opening range. High at 244. You would have to kind of keep that area, right? So because I see a rollover here, chat. You can kind of see it, right? It's just taking some time. The higher time frame never turned bullish. So that's the indicator that could be headed downtown Julie Brown. Oh man, was it Snoop Dogg that said I don't love these lows? Yeah, hey, that's a good one, man. That's a good one. We flush, look for 230. Yeah, my 50 EMA on a 5-minute chart sitting at 25,212, so that area could be in play as well. So, but yeah, that's hilarious. It's not looking good for the longs. Not at the moment, chat. 15-minute candle looks like it's fighting a battle that it may not win. From a long standpoint, clearly. So I would say look out to the downside. She gone. right? You need a candle closure though. That's a little tricky that they didn't close us basically below the range. There you go. She gone. So keep an eye out, guys. 25,244. Maybe we can retest previous day high and go higher. Yeah, we could. I mean, but keep in mind, so previous day's high is 2. Let me go back to this level because I got it on this chart. So that's 78 level. So possibly. Yeah, shorts will be the move here, chat, right? We just kind of broke down ideally. You do want a candle closure though outside of the range, and it's kind of like if you didn't get short like right off the 14 EMA, your stop is going to have to be up here probably back above the 14 EMA like 287. So you got probably what, a less than 20 point stop. Trying to target 244 or maybe even 214. Because the higher time frame just did not want higher highs at right. They did not want it, guys. It didn't turn green at all. So you got room to the downside. It's just a matter of entry at this point. Where would your entry be? Got to kind of frame that if you didn't get short already. Because look at the reaction. About a 15 point pop right back up. So you see how we never got a close, chat, like below the range. It kind of put in a low, swiped it, and then closed back inside the range. So this would be like if you're looking to get short, you don't like the reaction on the candle, but this would be probably the best entry. Stop back above like 298. But that wick, that's a nasty looking wick on this current 5-minute candle, chat. So it could be a little tricky trick action, right? Right back inside the range. So you want something like a little bit more convincing that they want to take this thing lower. Right back inside the range. All right, so that low, and look at the 15-minute candle, guys. So I'm gonna wait. I'll let the 1 hour candle kind of close out. We'll see how this thing closes because it's we're right back inside that range, chat. Chop City for the rest of the day, yeah. That could be very well the accurate call. Because it makes no sense, right? We just had a flush and put in a lower low, and then now we're right back inside of the range that we just broke out of. So trapping people both directions, shorts and longs getting trapped. 15-minute candle looks horrible, chat. So this is very similar to yesterday after the first move in the market. This is a new 1 hour candle as well. So 1 hour candle closed bearish, but do they want to form some kind of top wick by pushing price up, guys? And then you get more rejection to the downside. And another like lower high on the 5 minute chart. So definitely, yep, this is some trickery going on. You got to love it with NQ chat. You got to swipe and then you got to push right back up. You don't want to see, if you're short bias at the moment, you don't want to see 315 area get taken out. Because that would be the break of the structure, right? To the downside, guys. That would be like the lower high, and then you get more continuation down. So definitely... some chop action. So that's typically been the move there. You'll be looking for, where can they trap the most amount of people, guys? PW kind of talks about that, right? Where can they cause a lot of pain? Well, they just cause a lot of pain, chat, because if you short it on the breakout and you held it, you were probably up 10 points and then you got basically yoked for 35 points. So you want to see those basically those highs up there be maintained, and you get more selling pressure to the downside. So stand below 315, guys, in a flush for new lows, back below 265. And it's they're having a hard time, right? Making a decision now where they want to take the market. So you got to be careful, because if you're not, it's easy to get chop. But clearly on a 5 minute chart, you had some bearish structure here. We had a break to the downside. Then you had a reversal. So you want to see price, if you're a bear, turn bearish very quickly here, guys, and kind of get back below the EMA on the 5 minute chart, 25,289. Kind of flush that area. And trap some people, right? Quick short, guys. I'm trying to short, quick short here. Put me in at 296. It already flushed though, so not gonna give it a lot of room here. Wanted lower lows. Kind of re-challenge down there, right? All right, there's 285. I'm gonna take that, guys. And I feel like it's gonna, you got more low, right? I'm just looking at the lows here on the higher low so far that's being put in. Stop would have to be back above 310, and you're looking for a flush for more continuation down, right? So if it breaks that candle's low, I would basically kind of target these previous lows down below like 270. But you got to be careful in this area, guys, right? All right, there's more continue. There you go, guys. So if you took that short, drop a W in the chat because you just got more continuation on the next candle. Lower than where I exited, right? So, but this is not, I'll be honest though, guys, this isn't ideal price action. So not gonna marry these trades, right? I'm not marrying anything right now because it's not ideal price action. But nevertheless, you gotta love it. Sign a prenup if you marry. Hey, I mean, that might. Hey, when you write, you write. When you write, you write. So yeah, this is chop suey time though, chat. Right back up, right? Right back up. So this is definitely some nasty price action here. And there's nothing you can do about it. Right? Higher time frames haven't made a decision if they want to flush the market down or if they want to push it back up. So until that happens, this is more than likely going to continue. Yeah, I know somebody was saying, are we trading Power Hour? So, guys, Power Hour has been absolute basura for the last couple weeks, chat, right? It wasn't good yesterday as well. I know it wasn't good when PW was trading it. He's been trading it over the last, like, week and a half, right? And it hasn't been good as well. So, I mean, it literally stuck in, it was in a 60-point range for 2 hours yesterday for Power Hours. So I don't, and especially going into Nvidia earnings, chat, I don't think that it's going to be any different today. I could be wrong, obviously, because I don't know what's going to happen with the market. So, but I know that hasn't been eventful. I'll say that. So, but that happens, right? There's periods where it kind of slows down. So. You said basura like you said it. You've heard it many times before. I have. Let's go. Why do you call out your trades when you're 10 points already in profit? So that was the only trade that I called out that I was in. But we're not a signal service anyway, audience. So why don't you learn how to trade, sir? And now look for a handout. So and we're so we'll do this, audience, right? Why don't you go to a stream where they don't call out any trades? Because I literally called out 2 other trades that were you could have held for 50 plus points on probably both setups. So you're not happy about one trade that you didn't get in on. And actually it dropped, I think, 10 points after I exited the trade. So if you want more than that, man, you need to go to another stream, sir. So we're going to delete you and you can have a nice day. You gone. Oh man, gotta love it. So yeah, it's always interesting, guys. It's kind of like sometimes it's kind of frustrating because it's like, hey, you gotta love it. You can always tell he's probably new, chat, and he's looking for. So like I've always said this, guys, and I'm not gonna change that. Obviously we're not a signal service, and we're literally in a choppy market, right? We're in a choppy market. So the reality is that the goal is to help, like, add value to the space and help, like, maybe you're learning how to trade or you're trying to get to payouts, etc. But every trade, chat, is not going to be, I'm not perfect either. PW is not perfect. I'm not perfect. No streamer out there is perfect to the point where every single trade you're going to know exactly before we get into it. Like that's not realistic. The reason why it's not realistic is because a lot of times, even if there's plenty of times, guys, you guys know that because you rock out with us on a daily basis. There's times where if I hit buy on a trade, guys, and sometimes I'm already up 10 points, 15 points because it popped. So like I can't control that, right? So it's like, it's funny how sometimes people, you can tell the people that are just looking for a signal because they get so frustrated on one trade. You call out 3 or 4 trades that are winning trades. Haven't called out a single trade that was a losing trade, guys, right? But you got one trade that you get in, and he's uptight because he wasn't able to get in on it, right? So he's literally just sitting there waiting to hit buy or sell. So he can go do that on another service where they're gonna call out 10-point trades, or maybe less, and check the consistency. So it is what it is. Why do people think this is a signal service when that was never advertised? I look at the chart as a community. Yeah, I agree, KC Futures. That's a good call out. So yeah, guys, and I'm not saying, I mean, you guys saw that, right? I've called out multiple trades. So I'm sorry if like I didn't what else you want? So price action is boring. Yeah, there's not much going on, chat, right? We're stuck in a range. And to be honest, I mean, PW kind of talks about that. If I was home right now, chat, I would not be trading right now. I'm just being 100% honest. I got to say that because we're stuck in a range. There's not much to do until the range is broken. You're getting pushes to the downside, you get drops to the downside, and then price gets bought right back up. That's not ideal price action that you want to trade because you're going to get chopped more than likely, right? So some of these trades, I'm only looking for a few points and I'm closing it out. So obviously we had a nice move, market open. That was the play. That was the play, chat. And that's been the play for the last couple weeks. Feel like that's been like the wave, right? You get these nice pushes in one direction, and then price goes to sleep. And with Nvidia earnings today, this could be going on for a while. So maybe you're coming to the charts late and you missed the open and you're looking for setups. I get it because I've been that person. Won't be the first time, won't be the last time. But there's A+ setups and there's D setups. And right now these are the range right now, guys. I mean, because to be honest, if you map out the range that we've been stuck in, that's why it's funny like that he's saying that, right? Like map out the range, chat, that we're currently in since 10:35. So if you map out the range, we're basically stuck right now in a 50-point range. That's it. So nasty price action. Harsh 1590. Can you explain what's power hour? Yeah, power hour. Somebody answered that already. Power hour is 3 to 4. That's actually the last hour of the stock market, like officially being open. After you, obviously you have after hours, but there's a lot. Sometimes you get pretty big moves in one direction in the last hour of operation. However, to be honest, I mean, it's been a little weak for the last like week and a half, 2 weeks, and you're getting like, you might get a little pump between 3:50 and 4 o'clock. So it hasn't really been power hour. It's been power 10, right? Power 10 minutes. So, but that's your answer. But we're chopping, chat. So there's not much to do here. If you missed my, I don't know if I'm there, so I'm gonna switch that in a second. But if you missed the card, I do have my coleslaw card that I drew yesterday, right? So excited for PW to barter and trade with me here for this card. Can't wait for that reaction. We got to make sure the editor is ready to film, chat. Yeah. So when I show him my coleslaw card, but yeah, I'm getting into Pokemon now, chat. I'm feeling pretty good. I might buy some packs and test my luck. Right, the market's not going anywhere, so we're gonna talk about my card draw yesterday. So if you missed it, shame on you. But I had a pretty epic card draw yesterday. So I drew a coleslaw card, chat, and you know, I got it sleeved up. It's in a sleeve. You guys can see that. So I'm waiting for PW to get back to the BDH. He's doing some, looks like he's out on a boat today, but you know, once he's back, we'll try to trade up for the Pikachu. DMONEY gotta go. Thank you very much. You guys are the best. Got my 21 accounts. $780 each for the day. Wow. Hey, Zach, man, or Zach. Hey, guys, make no mistake about it. I don't take you guys for granted at all. The people in the chat that are actually not that are here to try to better themselves and right, etc. So I don't take that for granted, chat. So, and it always, I'm not gonna lie, guys, you guys making money, like I said, we're not here, it's not a signal service, right? So I'm not hitting buy or sell for you. This is not a paid stream. We don't have a paid Discord, right? We just simply ask for likes, and hit the subscribe button if you're not, because it helps get the channel in front of more people. That's it. But, nothing makes me feel better, chat, than seeing people, getting payouts and actually posting profits. I'm just being honest. Like, I'm very humbled by that, guys. I don't take that for granted. It's still, I'm shocked. It's one of those things, guys. I went home and I saw my mom, brought my daughter this past weekend over to Fort Myers, saw my mom and my brother. Didn't get a chance to see my sister. She was working. It was a quick trip there and back. Had some lunch with them and then came back. But, you know, it's like one of those things where you talk about it and my mom's like looking at the BDH page and she's like, man, you guys are getting like, you know, 60,000 views on some of these, you know, streams. And she's talking about Jerome and all that stuff. And guys, if you would have told me that I would be a part of this and I'm actually, you know, helping try to bring value to the space, I mean, that could have seemed a little far-fetched for me. Not gonna lie, because I was just like you, chat. I was in the chat. I was basically watching PW for years and trying to better myself as a trader. So I've been through all the ups and downs, guys. Blown accounts, close to payout, lose the account, right? Oh, I got to trade London session because people are making money in the London session. You blow the accounts in London session, right? I've done all that, chat. So I don't take it for granted. D-Money, stop smoking those blunts. I don't smoke, sir. I've never smoked a blunt in my life. I'm just being honest. Does Ginger watch the chat too? Yeah.
I respond.
Yeah, she's always in it. Ginger's always interacting in the chat as well. So yeah, she clearly, she watches. She's interactive as well in the chat. D-Money, you're doing a great job. We appreciate your work. Hey, I appreciate that, Kev. I try, guys. I'm not perfect, but I try. So as we kind of hanging out here going nowhere, I think it's time to open up a Pokemon pack. I'm not gonna lie, because we're still stuck in a range, chat. There's not much going on here, other than you basically looking at the market and you're gonna get chop suey more than likely, right? Because every pop is getting sold off, every drop is getting bought back up. Hate to say that, but that's what's currently happening. D smokes NQ. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I've never just not my thing, guys. Right? Everybody's different. That's not my thing. So Harris Marks, do you have any tattoos? I knew it was gonna start to get weird, guys. It was only a matter of time. It was only a matter of time before the questions came out. I was waiting. You know, there's always like a period when it starts to go a little left, you know? Or south, I should say. So we were going good for a minute. So oh man, do you like ice cream? Yeah, guys, I'll never forget that. That was like one of the, I think by like yeah, that was early on. I think I was with PW, and they're like, oh, does D-Money like ice cream, or what's his favorite ice cream? And I'll never forget, PW was like, why are you getting these weird like questions? Like, nobody's asked me if I like ice cream. I've been streaming for 9 years on YouTube, and I've never got that question. So, man, I'll never forget that. It's crazy, man.
And now we're on corn dog Tim and
Was that STD's ice cream? Yeah, the STD guys, the STD one. Keep in mind though, I ran with that one because I knew he was talking about standard deviation, to be honest. But when he had it abbreviated and it's STD, so hey, I had to roll with it. Where's Corn Dog Tim? I'm not sure. I'm a little concerned, chat. On a serious note, Corn Dog Tim has not been active in the chat. So even PW was bringing him up the other day. We didn't get a response. I told him that I tried to do a wellness check. So I'm a little concerned for Corn Dog Tim, because he has not been interactive, guys. Normally he pops into the chat and says that he's here, he's alive, but that contaminated corn dog may have caught up to him. So
have no fear.
Xavier, yeah, the weird questions are definitely popping up here, so you gotta love it. As we're stuck in a range going nowhere right now. So why my message doesn't come through? Your message just came through. I can see it. Maybe he ate a bad corn dog and now is a vegetarian. LOL. Yeah. So I don't know. It's crazy, man. Price is dead. Yeah, price is literally flat right now, chat. So if you're just tuning into the stream, I'm not trying to trade, but there's nothing to trade right now, right? Look, we're going sideways, guys. We're stuck in a 50-point range, so there's absolutely nothing going on for me right now. So just being honest. D, how many days do I have to pass the Apex evals? Yeah, they're 1 day to pass. Apex evals are 1 day to pass. So you can drop questions in the chat. We'll try to answer them as we kind of, because there's nothing to trade right now, chat. But do you live solely off trading? So I actually get paid to be here at the BDH, guys. So I'm not here for free. I have a daughter that I have to help take care of, obviously. So I'm a full-time employee of the BDH, and obviously I trade as well. So PW offered me an opportunity to be here full time. So got my dream job. I get to trade. I get to stream and trade, chat, for a living. How crazy is that? So I was always looking to like get into this like full time, to be honest. Obviously I was a retail manager for a lot of years, but I was always looking for the unconventional route, because this is like unconventional, chat, right? This is not your typical 9 to 5. This isn't your typical occupation. All because of an email is crazy. Yeah, I'm blessed, chat. Make no mistake about that, right? I'm blessed. So, and I mean that humbly, meaning that, you know, it's crazy how life works. Do you get paid more at BDH or from your trade profits? So, guys, well, I get a, basically, I mean, you can basically say a salary, right? I get a salary from the BDH, and then obviously payouts. I'm about to pull out a payout. Speaking on that, right? Tomorrow night, so I'm sure we'll have some content coming. Don't you worry, you'll see it. Pulling out a payout from Apex here. What do you want us to see to try to get long? We need to break out of the range. We're stuck in the 50-point range right now. So there's nothing to trade for me. The candles are super small. That's kind of telling you that the momentum has died down. And there's not much to do. Let's see. How do you decide on whether to continue trading when you're either up a lot or down? Hey, that's a good question, Dumpling. So I'm gonna be honest, chat. Losing days, a lot of times, they come from being in profit and you're trying to push it. You try to keep pushing it, right? Oh, I want a little bit more. I want a little bit more. Let me make $100 more. I think PW said that yesterday. He was like, yeah, you're trying to get to a payout and you're like, oh, I just need $100, right? That $100 is hard to get, chat. You know why it's hard to get? Because it's mental. It's not that it's hard to make on the chart, but it's hard because you're putting a lot of weight on it. Mentally, you're putting a lot of weight on that $100. It's the same $100 that you probably can make on a daily basis with your eyes closed if you're trading an opening range trade, breakout trade. But somebody, I think it was like 2 days ago, somebody was like, oh, when I said, hey, there's nothing wrong with if you're in profit and the market's choppy, you shutting it down for the day. And I think they made a comment. They were like, oh, that's harder than basically having FOMO, right? Like it's harder to step away from the charts. Guys, that's a period that you're going to go through when you're trading, because it's almost like a dopamine, right? Because it's almost like a high, like you get a rush from trading. And especially if you're making money, you're like, well, I can just keep making money. Right? Oh, it's unlimited. Oh, I just got to keep taking longs, right? Well, at some point we know that that's not gonna continue to work. So your job is paying you right now X amount of money per day to do a task. And all right, so Walmart and Target, they have like these productivity. They have these productivity like measures, chat. And there's a stat out there that basically you're only going to get out of an 8-hour shift, you're going to get probably 3 to 4 hours of true productivity from associates on average. And I know that sounds crazy, but there's a lot of productivity issues, right? Like, so you might get 4 hours out of an 8-hour shift. So the reality is, if you're a trader, you got to kind of put that in context and say, well, hey, the first 2 hours of the session are typically, that's where the volume is, right? So if you kind of look at today as an example, you had a push from 9:30 open to 10 o'clock, You had a retracement at 1030 and then you had a push back up, right? Actually, we took some of the long, right, on that bullish engulfing candle for the push to the upside. So we actually took that long, right? Called out that long above that 316 area for a push. So, but notice how the market now, guys, is flat. There's nothing going on. So you're only gonna today to play so far, and even if it pushes right now, okay, you get a random candle that all of a sudden it pushes up 50 points. How do you trade that? It's hard to trade. So you gotta be smart, chat, and almost frame. You want to frame your trades if you can, because a lot of times it's frustrating because your job doesn't allow you to trade the open. Maybe you're coming to the stream late. Maybe you're trading, you know, you're overnight worker, right? You work overnight and you don't have the energy to stay up to 9:30 to trade the open. There's all kind of scenarios out there. But basically you got a lot of volatility typically that first 2 hours, and then price could go into a lull and then wait back up in the afternoon at some point, right? So you got to keep that in mind. Nobody says that you have to trade all day, but if you're up on the day, chat, and you made some decent money, there's nothing better than walking away green and starting fresh the next day. But you know what stings the worst is being green and actually giving it back because you decided to keep trading, right? Oh, a little bit more. So that's my 2 cents on that. ES is gone. Thanks for the real talk every day from PW and DMONEY. So true, bro. Yeah, I've lived it, chat. Trust me. And you know what's frustrating about it? You know it's kind of crazy, but I'm gonna do it again at some point. I'm gonna be green. I'm gonna give it back because I had to keep trading, and that's trading. That's part of it, right? The people that make it to payouts, PW dropped a stat months ago that over 90% of people will never see a payout, chat. You know how crazy that is? That meaning that, and you know why though? It's because of stuff that we're talking about. You were green, you were in profit, but you had to make more. And if you're outpacing yourself right now, chat, trading, if you're making more trading for 2 hours, or maybe even trading for the first hour, the opening range setup, if you're outpacing your salary that you're making, or hourly rate like that, you're winning. You're actually winning. That's how you got to look at it. Do you ever trade micros? If not, why? So yeah, that's a good question as well. Not anymore. I used to trade micros, chat, but however, I was interested in that for silver. I'm not gonna lie, chat, because silver is cray with Lil Ray Ray. So I was looking at that for silver, but obviously with Apex accounts right now, metals have been restricted, right? So I don't even look at silver anymore. All right. If that changes, then maybe I'll revisit, because you only have so much drawdown and so much wiggle room on these smaller accounts, guys, right? Apex accounts, I'm trading 50K accounts, and you don't have a lot of wiggle room there. So you got to be smart, because if you're trading too large on silver, you're going to blow your accounts, or you're going to go over the MAE, the 30% loss on a single trade, and then you got to trade again for 8 days. So you basically lost all of your momentum that you had. Let's say you're green 4 days on Apex, chat. Let's say you're green for 4 days. You got to trade 8 days. You got to follow the rules to get paid, obviously. You got to trade 8 days. You can flip for 5 of those days. So if you traded for 5 days and you made a profit of more than $50 and you're above your payout threshold, you're able to take payouts, right? If you follow the rules. However, if you lose more than 30% on a single trade based off your account, your balance, guess what, guys? You got to restart over your 8 days. So all you're doing is slowing down your payouts. All you're doing is pushing back your payouts, pushing back your payouts, pushing back your payouts. So you got to be smart, right? You can make good money on micros. Oh, absolutely. And you can control your risks. So the name of the game, chat, is controlling your risks, trying to have a measured stop loss, knowing when the trade is invalid, etc. Right? And there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with micros, chat. You got to trade what you're comfortable with. Don't worry about what social media tells you. Some people have a higher appetite for risks, to be honest, or they get they have to trade bigger because they have they like the adrenaline. I'm just being honest. You got to keep it real. That's just what it is. Or they got more disposable income, so if they lose the accounts, they're able to, it's not going to phase them. They're able to just simply buy more accounts. But if you're starting out as a new trader, and you're trading in Q, as an example. So if you caught the opening range break and you rode that to the upside today, I mean, that move, even on the micros, you would have got paid, right? You had a nice pump to the upside over 150 points. So man, you were preaching. I was up $175. Then I looked in the chat at so many making so much more.
269 and TP was 315. I took it because the 4 hours 200 Emma. Thank you for showing me the way.
Hey, congrats. Man, you were preaching. I was up $175. Then I looked in the chat at so many people making so much more, and I said I was going to get to $150 more. I was caught in a trap. Now I'm down 145. I feel so stupid. Yeah. So, Carrie, you can't. It happens. Like, I've done that more times than I can probably even remember. Like, it's so chat. When you're trading, comparison is the thief of joy, right? If you want to say that, meaning that, yeah, you can't really compare, chat, to others, because remember, keep in mind, chat, some people have been trading longer than you may have been born. All right, we got different ages, obviously age ranges in the chat. We got people that have been, maybe like I've been trading for 10 years. There's people that have been trading in the chat longer than me, right? So got more experience. You've been through a lot more things. You've seen a lot more markets or situations in the market, right? Meaning that wars and tariffs, etc., right? Recessions, as an example. So you can't compare yourself. What I would say is you're only in competition against yourself. You're not competing against anybody else. That includes payouts, chat, right? You could see payouts like, oh, hey, this person, PW talked about that, right? You could see people, and it looks like there's a sweep in the industry right now with some of the influencers, as far as, hey, that payout's going to be denied because you broke some rules and you're going to get the same treatment as the average retail trader. So that's the wave right now, chat, right? So you're not, so if you see payouts on Apex, that that's happening, right? You had to follow the rules. So it's kind of interesting that and I think it was needed because it's kind of given an expectation that it's not realistic, right? Not to throw shade at anybody. That's not my style, chat. I'm not here to kind of throw shade at another influencer or streamer, etc. I'm just simply saying that I know retail traders want an even playing field for approval for payouts, right? DMONEY. Did you take any trades today? Sorry, just got to the stream. Yeah, I took multiple trades today. We didn't have any losing trades. However, right now we're stuck in a range, so there's nothing. I'm not, sold on anything now. Caught some of the opening range move to the upside, right, on the buys for longs, above the opening range break, and then caught the retracement bullish engulfing candle after the retracement down of about 80 points right off the 14 EMA for a bounce, and then took a quick scalp for a short after these higher lows were being put in on the chart. So price is trying to break now out of that range. 15-minute chart right now. It's building out. So the 15-minute chart is trying to build out, guys. It looks like to roll up. Sorry, V-shaped recovery. So I do see that on the 15-minute chart. See how we're trying to push back up and kind of do a V-shape recovery on the 15. I do see that happening right now. But we've been kind of we've been ranging for the last hour, kind of stuck in the 50-point range. We finally broke out to the top of the range, put in a higher high. So is there enough momentum to get us up to this 340 area? About 20 points from here. I'm going to try long, guys, right, to see if we got enough momentum to get up to 340 area. I'm long from 321. We'll see if we can get up to this 340 area. Like the V-shaped recovery on the 15-minute chart, so I'm trying to play into that a little bit, chat. Don't want to see us break down any lower, right? I want this to go and basically stay outside of the range that we've been stuck in for an hour. So we'll see if we got enough momentum to get up there. $15-minute chart, I mean, it looks pretty bullish. You want more continuation, though, to the upside. Because we've already had the consolidation, guys, right? So at this point, you want to see this thing go. So we'll see. All right, so that's just playing into the thought process, chat, that we had consolidation. We finally got a break to the upside, right? So see what happens. So you can kind of see like the V-shaped recovery kind of forming. So 15-minute chart, you just need the continuation. 11:43, we still got time. Current 1 hour candle. That 1 hour candle looks bullish. So see if we got enough energy to take us higher. D-Money, learning a lot from you, and the day by day, my entry is getting better than yours. Thanks, man. Hey, that's the goal, right? Congrats. I don't take any offense to that at all, to be honest. Yeah, because, I mean, in full transparency, like if you got in closer to the previous candle's high, right, on the breakout of the previous candle's high on a 15-minute chart, I mean, you're up 20 points right now. So that would have been the ideal entry. But let's see if we got some energy in the market, or is it going to fizzle out and get back inside that range? Yeah, that's what I'm looking for. Correct. Please fizzle out. I'm short. You gotta love it. There's always gonna be somebody, right? One contract, guys. Not not a ton of size put on here. Not concerned either way. To be quite honest. 30-minute chart. It's trying to push. But you want the continuation. So 5-minute chart kind of said that, right? Your best entry would have been right off the EMA, to be honest. But that break on the 15-minute chart out of that range is what I'm trying to play into here. But you need momentum, guys, right? Because it's basically like a momentum break to the upside, right? Consolidation and break out of the range. One-hour chart looks bullish, but you feel like you're going to get some action probably going into that last 10 minutes of this 1 hour candle going to close, chat. That's what it's kind of feeling like, right? Do me a solid if you haven't already, guys. Hit the like button. If you're not subscribed to the channel, you know what to do. Can we hit 2,500 likes? We're at 2,400 likes, guys. We only need 100 more likes to get to 2,500. Appreciate the support. ES already made a high. Yeah, NQ's behind. So the funny thing is, this trade so far, right, it keeps kind of getting up like 5 points, a little bit over 5 points, and then you get the pullback. So you need like an explosion through this level if they're going to take it. You got to get back above 332 with conviction. Going into the close of this this candle, guys. 1 hour candle I'm referring to. I'm watching your daily 50 EMA at 25,329-ish to get above it and hold for more long resistance. Yeah. I mean, I'm trying to play this off the 15-minute chart. Kind of saw the curl over back up to the upside. So, but you just need follow through for that to happen. All right, so there's that 11:50 time. Do we have energy to take us up to the upside, guys, or are we gonna stall? 4-hour candle has a nice bottom wick, chat. Looks cray with a little ray on the 4-hour chart. Let's check the 1-hour chart. You can't see that, but so what I'm looking at, chat, like the 30-minute chart, you see how we're kind of curling up. So you want to see the expansion. They're going to push this. Let's see. Kind of gave it some time, right? I think the highest I was up, I think, was like, what, 5 points? You gotta love it. My entry is resistance. Oh, man. Look at the trade on ES and NQ. Thank you, DMONEY. I took that trade on ES and NQ. You were generally the best teacher. Hey, I appreciate the kind words, but I try. Make no mistake about it, guys. All right. There's over 10 points, guys. I'm gonna take that trade. I'm gonna take that winner. Going into the close of a 1-hour candle. Make no mistake about that. I will take the 10 points. Because I'm not here for the trickery today with NQ, right? So if it pulls back, it pulls back. But I will take the W. Let's go. You gotta love it. So the account's up $1,125, guys. Taking what I can get. Somebody said they're down 8 points. Well, I mean, you can't win them all, unfortunately. But I'm not sure how you're down 8 points. But hey. So I initially wanted a little higher, guys, up to like 338. And you might get it. When I saw the 10 points, I took it off because basically we're going into the close of a 1-hour candle. Right? So I'm not going to, if I'm up already 10 points going into the close of a candle, got to be a little logical there in case there's some trickery. Entry was like 321. So if you did you trade Apex tonight? Oh, you're talking about last night? You're talking about last night? No. Didn't trade Apex last night. So this is why I wanted to take profit, guys, right? See how you're getting a pullback here going into the close of the candle. So that's why I took the 10 points. That is why. So if you took the call out for the long, Drop a W in the chat. Curious to see how many people took that long call out. Seven points, yeah. Yeah, but we gotta remember, chat, that we've been ranging for the last hour. So when you see a setup and you see a profit, it's probably smart to take it. I'm just saying. Right? Because we could easily kind of fall back inside of the range and consolidate more, right? So this is the range that I'm referring to, chat. Right? We were stuck inside this range since basically like 10:30 area. We finally broke out to the upside, and now we're retesting the top of the range again. So looking like we want to go back inside the range. So you gotta kind of, going into the close of a 1 hour candle, and we've been ranging for over an hour. You take what you can get. You take it off the table. D-Money, what's your typical stop loss in points? Yeah, typically it's not more than 15, 20 points. It all depends on the price action. I'm trying to, typically I'll frame it based off the EMAs. Like I'll use the EMAs as a stop loss like area. But we've been chopping right now, so I can't really give you an example on that. Actually, I got an example for you, the long that we took. So the long that I called out, right off the EMA, I saw the bullish engulfing candle. This was the entry earlier. So this was at 1020, right? I called out a long above 25,316. I was long at like 25,316. And that was because we had a push to the upside, opening range, break to the upside, right? And then we had a high put in. We had a retracement back to the EMA. And once I saw that we respected the EMA, and put in a bullish engulfing candle, once price got back above 316, I was long for a push, right? And this was basically the stop would have been back below the EMA because I was using the EMA like as an area where it will support, right? So, or at least back below the previous candle's low. So that would have gave you about a 20-point stop on that trade. 22-point stop right at the EMA. So that's how you can kind of use the EMA as an area of invalidation, right? Because if it flushes that EMA, you know that the short-term bullish trend is over short-term. And you probably don't want to be a part of that because you're looking for longs. In a breakout trade, D-Money, where do you mostly place a stop? Yeah, so a breakout trade, so if you go back to the 5-minute chart, so keep in mind, chat, I didn't trade the 930 pump because it was a straight pump to the upside. We basically had no bottom wick. I mean, a very small bottom wick, and you had a pump of like 88 points right at the open. So I basically remember when price dipped down, guys, and it got back above like this level, I took the long setup, right? So when you're trading those setups, though, your stop needs to be back below the opening range because you're kind of using the opening range as a springboard to try to help push price higher. So because you're trading it as a breakout, right? So you don't want to see it come back inside of the opening range. So what I've been noticing, chat, is that you'll get like some trickery right at the range. Like you'll get like these wicks, like price will dip below it, and then it'll push back above it. So that's why if you kind of hear me saying that, hey, I'm watching at the opening range for a potential long above a certain level, but I'm also watching the current candle to see if it's going to form some kind of bottom wick first. And that's ideal, to be honest. You want it to push down first, form some kind of bottom wick, and then it span back to the upside and then kick me into the trade when it's putting in a higher high. And I'm trying to ride that momentum up. So my stop loss will be back at that low. So if you kind of measure from the high, your entry point to the low, I mean, you're talking about a 22-point stop, just as an example, right? And that's going to change per session, chat. That's not going to be the same every day. You got to measure that based off of the price action. What's your code for Lucid? The code is PW. So yeah, that's the code you're gonna use, guys, at every prop. So you can see right now we got take profit on the screen as well. The code is PW. So let's go. Can you go over your most recent long? Yeah, that was the last long that I took. That was basically 15-minute chart. You had we were stuck in that consolidation range, so this is that gray box. But and remember, chat, we were kind of just interacting. I had it on the chat screen. We were talking about different questions and stuff like that. But when I flipped over and I saw that we finally put in a high outside of the range, I was looking for more continuation up towards the resistance level up here, right? So you see how you got like a V-shaped recovery? You can see on the 5-minute, you can see down here, you got like all these bottom wicks telling you that buyers are stepping into the market. So I still feel we're gonna push up, guys. It's just a little delayed. So that hasn't changed for me, to be honest. I still feel like we're gonna push up, and we're currently doing that right now, right? Probably getting up to re-challenge 360 area or higher. 5-minute chart, you can kind of see it as well, right? I saw us kind of building out these bottoms and not dropping lower. That's telling you that buyers are willing to take price higher, or at least attempt to take price higher. When I saw the V-shaped recovery, I got long. Took it for 10 points. So I hated the rally because the Simi's talking garbage.
Can you please check my message? Appreciate you.
MVC, D-Money, great calls today. I'm shutting it down. See you in the morning. Like you never left. Yeah, I appreciate that. Yeah, I'm not sure. You know, just keep an eye out on the stream, guys. I don't know if what the schedule is tomorrow. I don't know if PW is trading the open or not. I know he's handling some stuff with the boats right now. He's out on the. I saw he posted a pic out on the boats, so I'm not sure, chat. Just stay tuned. Either way, I'll be streaming at some point tomorrow, obviously, right? So, but never fear. The BDH is here, and we'll be doing it again tomorrow for sure. So. All right, so Kimmel, is it Kimmel? 6929. Thanks for the tip. I'm trying to find your question because chat, there's a lot of questions in here, right? So I'm trying to scroll back. JC Trades 25. What's up? How are you? So I'm trying to find your question. You can redrop it as well, but I'm trying to find it. Trying to find it here. Just got to this channel from suggestion. Nice to know you. You live stream every day. Kong, yeah, we live stream every day starting at 9 o'clock in the morning. So I'm trying to honestly find your question. Oh, Kim Milo? Kim yeah, I think bulls are fighting to take this thing higher, chat. Kim Milo. Yeah, I'm trying to, honestly, I'm looking for your question here. So did you post a question?
Yeah, there was a paid for.
Yeah, I see that, but it's not. Yeah, you see a question there for her? Or yeah, we're looking right now. We're trying to find your question.
Just write it again.
So if you want to drop it here, I'm at the bottom of the chat now because see, guys, there's so many things that we got over 4,000 people, and it's 12 o'clock. We still got over 4,000 people in the stream chat. So the thing is that yeah, I'm gonna miss some of those questions, but so what I do is to kind of slow it down sometimes is I scroll up so that way I can kind of scroll down at my own pace and not miss a lot, but I don't see it. So
For real. Give 'em look at what I do. Your question.
yeah, you can write it. Yeah, drop it again. I feel bad, Chad. I'm not gonna lie. I feel bad now because I don't see the question. So you don't have to, I mean, we appreciate the tip, but you don't have to tip to ask the question. So
$10.
Chris Kelly, hey, I appreciate the tip. Yeah, I appreciate that. Next time they should put the question in the super chat, LOL. Yeah, I'm not trying to skip over your question. So if you want to repost it, we got 4,000 people plus in the chat right now. So I tried to scroll up as far as I can like scroll, and I'm looking for it, but I don't see it. Maybe you put it earlier, but if you put it earlier, it's gone. So
Next time they should put the question in the super chat lol.
all right, guys. So yeah, right now, I mean, I do feel that we're gonna get a pop here, probably for an attempt for higher highs, just taking a little time. Bestie, the suspense is building. Yeah, right. Oh man. You can't put. Oh, that's okay. You can't put only so many characters. I put it 3 more times since I did it. Wow. So just abbreviate your question. What's the question? I'm at the bottom of the chat. Just post what you had. We'll answer it. You just posted it 4 times. So do you see Kim L 6929 4 times?
No.
Yeah, I don't see anything posted 4 times from you, but I saw that. Can you check my message?
Oh my god. Don't give this person a time again.
All right, guys. So we're kind of reacting. That person is rage baiting. Yeah. Well, hey, they dropped a tip, so I don't know. If it's too many characters, try to split it. Yeah, that's a good idea. So you're kind of bouncing off the 14 EMA. And you're in a make or break area, in my opinion, between an expansion to the upside, finally kind of getting back above that 361 level, 25,361.75 for new highs on the session, or we're gonna kind of reject and get back inside of this range, ideally. 30-minute chart. So all right, this is a really good example though, chat. I want to kind of get back to this really quick. Remember how remember how I said that earlier, looking for longs, that the higher time frame was not ready for higher prices, for price to get long, for longs to kind of step in, guys. So remember, we took the bounce out the bullish engulfing candle right out the 14 EMA. And then we had a sell-off right back down, right? So we flipped to the 15-minute chart. We flipped to the 30-minute chart. We flipped to the 1 hour, and they were bearish. So you see how now, this is a good example, chat, of like what I'm talking about. How now on the higher time frame, this is the 15-minute chart, you're starting to get like some bullishness stepping back into the market. So that you want that to be on your side when you're looking for longs, because you know that you're aligned with some of these higher time frames. So you can kind of see it now, right? See how the 30-minute chart as well, you got a V-shaped recovery trying to push to the upside. 1 hour chart, same thing, pushing to the upside. I would say keep an eye out for that 340 level or higher, as it's trying to looks like it's trying to gain some energy to push. This is your current 4 hour chart, chat. You got a nice bottom wick on the current 4 hour candle as well. Feels like the market is exhausted. Probably chops till end of day. Yeah, it could. Thanks, D-Money. I've learned more in the last 2 weeks from you than in the past year everywhere else. Wow. Hey, I appreciate the kind words. Honestly. See you tomorrow, D-Money. Yeah, see you tomorrow. Why don't you use MAs, just the regular moving averages you're referring to, as we try to get that pop to 340 level, guys, that I was talking about, right? It looks like they're trying to get it up there. I don't use moving averages. I use EMAs because they have less lag. They react faster than price. Look at the pop, chat. There's your 338 level. Kind of saw that building out. You can see. I feel like it's going, chat. It's just going to take some time because you're at the slow part of the day. But they are attempting to get this thing up to that 360 level. Make no mistake about it. Why don't I use VWAP? I don't use VWAP because, I mean, I used to have that on my chart, but I think it's a personal thing, and I'll explain why. I don't have anything against VWAP. I just basically found myself putting too much weight on it and not looking at price action enough. So as an example, I'll be like, oh, it's at the VWAP. It has to bounce, right? And guess what? It didn't bounce. So I found myself putting too much like weight on it and not relying enough on price action and momentum in the market to kind of frame me taking some of these setups. And that's just a personal thing, chat, right? So I took it off for that reason. Shout out to Austin. D-Money, love that you're still humble. You're a gem. Hey, I appreciate that. Yeah, I gotta be me, chat. I'm gonna be myself. I mean, I'm appreciative of everybody showing support to the BDH, honestly. There's a lot of streamers out there, guys. We're obviously well aware of that. So, but you guys showing up and rocking with us makes us want to push harder. So that's what we're doing.
At Ginger BDH, am I blocked? No one seeing my messages?
PLC, let's make new daily highs. Yeah, it could be coming. I feel like it's coming. It's just taking some time, chat. Current 15-minute chart, you can see it's bullish. It's actually gonna close as a bullish engulfing candle. So you got a bullish engulfing candle on the 15-minute chart. The bulls are stepping back in. They're ready to play. So it seems. Ah, man. Nice explanation, man. It's true that all strats work. It's just that it's a matter of discretion. Yeah, that's absolutely true. I'll be the first one to say that. I say that all the time. That I'm a believer that any strategy works. It just it's because if the price is trending and putting in like higher highs and higher lows, as an example, any indicator is probably going to work. I mean, like it's the market's trending. Like it's anything will work. You can throw anything at a wall and get long, and you're gonna make money, right? Because it's putting in higher highs and higher lows. So if you're buying after a higher low is being put in, and you see like a bullish engulfing candle, and you're riding a trend to the upside, you're gonna print. That's the easy part. That's the easy phase of the market, right? The harder phase is when the market is stuck in a range and it's not going anywhere. Like how we were stuck for an hour, right? We were stuck in a range sideways on a 5-minute chart for an hour. That's the harder time to trade, when the market's ranging. When the market's trending to the upside or downside, it's a little easier, right? If you have enough, I guess, humility to actually ride the trend, because a lot of times you're trying to go counter trend, right? You're like, oh, the market is pushing up, I'm going to short it, right? And you're trying to pick a top. That's when you get in trouble. I use indicators as confirmation. Yeah, me too. That's the thing. Got to use them as confluence. Brother, Indian market will also be running according to this tomorrow. Yeah, I don't trade that market though. So, but that's good to know. D-Money, did you file taxes yet? No, I have not. Guys, I wait. I'm gonna wait to the last. I'm gonna wait to the last day to file. Right? I'm gonna be defiant here.
I've been seeing lots of hate towards Apex regarding payouts. Is that strictly from not following rules, or is Apex having issues with payouts?
Speed Garage, I appreciate the tip. What I'll actually say is, I kind of touched on that earlier. You got to follow the rules to get paid, right? So there's been a lot of PW's been posting on his page. You guys have probably seen that over the last week and a half. There's been streamers out there posting crazy amounts of profit in 8 days or less and trying to get payouts, right? And apparently it's not getting approved. So you got to follow the rules to get paid, chat. There are rules, right? You can't have more than 30% loss on a single trade based off your account size and balance. If you want to get paid within 8 days, there's a 30% consistency rule as well that you have to follow. So I think it's basically, I mean, and obviously, chat, it's a case by case. So I can't sit here and say that. I can only speak on I'm only going to speak right now on what's been out there on social media and what PW has been kind of interacting about, right? So in that regards, so you got to follow the rules to get paid. So I know we had some Apex representatives here at the BDH a couple weeks ago, and same dialogue there, right? So got to follow the rules to get paid. Are there videos on YouTube on how these guys trade? Lighthouse T. Yeah, on the page that you're currently on, we got a ton of content there. You can also go back and rewatch the stream. Felt like I dropped some pretty good sauce today, and you'll get to see how I trade for sure. And you can keep tuning into the show. We rock out Monday through Friday, no later than 9 a.m., right? Sometimes PW starts around 8. So, for sure. Really low volume? Yeah. Yeah, it's not a, that's why you got to take what you can get, chat, right? At this point. The opening range trade was the play, had a couple trades after that, took a 10-point bounce, and then now we're kind of stuck. Prices kind of falling asleep again, right? which can be expected. You got Nvidia. Keep in mind, make no mistake about it, chat. You got Nvidia coming up after the close today. So you'll definitely more than likely get some volatility there. Nah, I'll do it tomorrow. Yeah, we'll save the Pokemon guys for tomorrow. Right? If we got PW back on the make no mistake about it, we're gonna get some footage of me trying to get that Pikachu. Best believe. This whole day pumped on crazy low volume. Yeah. So the momentum plays have been kind of printing and then it kind of falls asleep. So, but you got to trade what's in front of you, chat. If you see a V-shaped recovery forming on the 30-minute chart, 1 hour chart, etc., then you try to align yourself in that direction on retracements, right? If you're going to trade it. You can see it as well. 30-minute chart, V-shaped recovery, push. 1 hour chart, V-shaped recovery and a push. You got a ton of time left on this current 1 hour candle. You got 38 minutes, chat. So a lot can happen clearly in that time. So would not be surprised though if they end up popping those previous highs sitting up there. Are there any specific setups you are partial to, sir? Yeah, but the issue right now, yeah, I mean, you gotta. It sounds like this is your first time maybe tuning into the show. We appreciate the support. Hit the subscribe button if you haven't already, and you'll get alerts when we're live. So yeah, we got, there's a ton of content already on the page that you probably want to check out. Other than that, I would say tune into the streams and you'll see we've been rocking out since 9 o'clock, and I took multiple trades today and kind of gave some breakdowns there, right? There's only one trade that we had a semi-hater that wasn't right. Said I called out later or whatever the case may be. So he gone either way. So, but I called out at least, I think, 3 trades, chat, right? I think I called out at least 3 winning trades, maybe 4 throughout the session today. Where's Jerome? I hope he's locked up. I'm not worried, Justin. I hope listen, I hope he's locked up. The last time he was here, if you guys missed it, it's on the page. Jerome was locked. I guess he broke out of jail. This guy's a lunatic. Broke out of jail and actually, guess he had a deal with PW about some Pokemon cards. PW gave him cash, and I guess PW didn't get the cards, didn't get the cash, and Jerome is chopping it up as a deal going sideways. So you know what that means. Oh man, Joy Rider, yeah, you off by 4 points, D-Money, remember? Yeah, oh man, yeah, it's crazy, chat. Sometimes, I mean, I would like to say that I try to have as much patience as possible, but I mean, if you're upset over a 4 point difference on a trade, I mean, I don't know what else to tell you. So, cray with Lil Ray. Who is Jerome? Yeah, stick around. You're gonna find out who Jerome is. Jerome is actually a long distant lost cousin, chat, that somehow keeps getting access to the BDH. So apparently PW is letting this guy kind of come in here. I've tried to get him trespass, tried to get the locks changed, and PW said that he's welcome here anytime. So unfortunately, I haven't been successful in getting this guy permanently banned from the BDH chat. So maybe you guys can spam the chat and kind of support my cause to ban Jerome. D-Money, do we have to stop trading at 4 p.m. Eastern time, or can we trade until 5 p.m. Eastern on Apex? Apex, I think you got to be out of all positions by 4:59. I personally don't trade after 4 o'clock, so I'm not going to risk that because, I mean, I'm not going to put my accounts in jeopardy. God forbid something happens and you're stuck in a trade and or something, right? Like I'm not, there's no, I mean, if the stock market literally closes at 4 o'clock, there is nothing for me to be I've been that guy, chat. I've been the guy. I was telling my brother that, I think last week, that I've been that guy that basically, you know, maybe you're down on your accounts. You were up throughout the day. Maybe you traded the opening session and you were up, you were green. And then all of a sudden, you know, you wanted more. It went sideways. You lost money. Now you're red on the session chat. You look up and it's right at 4 o'clock. You tried to trade power hour. Power hour was a consolidation, right? Ranging, whatever. So you're like, oh, I got an hour to bring my account back. I'm just being honest, chat. I've been that guy. Right? So, and then all of a sudden, you know, you get stuck in a trade and your account's closed or whatever the case may be. So I'm not going to risk that. So not much to write home about, chat, at this point. You got a little hesitation up here. You had a attempt for a breakout to the upside above 360, but it's currently getting rejected, or it's currently stalling at the moment. So not much you can do there. But it is putting in on the 5-minute chart. You're putting in higher highs and some higher lows at the moment. Like overall, right? The structure is not clean, chat. This isn't clean price action, but it is slowly grinding higher. So whether or not it can get up and take out previous highs, that remains to be seen. 4-hour chart is in a battle right now. You got a long wick at the bottom. It's trying to kind of get back up there above 340 area, having a hard time at the moment. So it is probably to be expected at this point because of what's going to happen at 4 o'clock or after 4 with Nvidia. You can kind of map out the range at this point. That's your new range, like that we're kind of stuck in. 5-minute chart, you can see it clearer obviously on the 15-minute chart. This is the range, chat. So I mean, what do you do? Not much to do here, chat. I think I'm going to get ready and call it. And probably get some Raisin Canes for lunch here. Nothing like some tenders and some fries. You got to love it. With the sauce. Yeah, you got to get the sauce. Yeah, it goes crazy. Yeah, Dave's is better. I don't know if Dave's is better though. Is Dave's hot chicken really better? I'm not convinced. I'm gonna keep it 100 right now. Let's open Pokemon. Yeah, I'm gonna do the Pokemon tomorrow, Christian. I'm gonna do it tomorrow. So, but and a side of slaw. Yeah, I know, right? Maybe if I bring my card, guys, they'll give me some free coleslaw since I got the coleslaw card, you know? Maybe that was a sign. But, yeah, I mean, overall, pretty good session, though, chat, right? I mean, I know it's been nasty now, but that's kind of expected. You got Nvidia tomorrow. The accounts are green. The account's green. I only traded one account today, chat, right? I didn't copy trade. I didn't have the copier on, so I just stayed with it is what it is. Tomorrow's another day. I'm up $11.25 on this account, right? $1,125. We'll take it. Tomorrow's another day, chat, right? So not upset about it. Not much you can do. Take what you can get and keep it pushing. That's it. But never fear. Your weather forecast is here. If you thought I forgot, I did not. So current temperature in Fort Lauderdale at the moment, chat, 71 degrees. The low, believe it or not, was 47 overnight. So it was a little chilly. And the high today is going to be 72. So we're pretty close to the high of the day. So that's not too bad. It'll start to warm up a little bit tomorrow in regards to the highs. So there's your forecast. It is sunny, chat, no rain, etc. So there's your forecast brought to you by the BDH. And the one and only weatherman, DMONEY. You gotta love it. Iguanas falling out trees. Yeah, I mean, I didn't see that this time, but I'm sure there probably was. It's been that low of like 45 to 47. That was a low yesterday as well. So I'm sure you might have had some of that. That's like a crazy like thing if you think about it, chat. People are like looking. People are getting them and throwing them on the grill, apparently. But I'll pass. So if you ever, Ginger saying that she saw somebody eating a iguana pizza, that was not me, chat. I will not be partaking in that or the pineapples. So, Tom Priest, we had 36. You had 36 inches of snow yesterday.
What?
Where are you at, Tom?
The ice or
Oh my goodness.
36?
Cray Cray with Lil Ray Ray. Let us know where you're at so we don't visit, sir. Westport, Massachusetts, we will not be visiting. At least not in the winter, right? I'll say that. I'm sure it's nice probably in the summertime. But I have no interest in that in the winter, sir. So don't invite me up there for the winter. Summer invites or spring only, sir. Please. Never fear. Another stream is near, guys. We'll be back tomorrow doing it again. Trying to make a little monies. If you haven't already, do me a solid. Hit the like button, guys. If you're not subscribed to the channel, you know what to do. Not much to do here in this range, chat. Right? It's not enticing at this point. Took a trade already, basically breaking out of the range. Was only able to get about 10 points, so don't really have a lot of interest in fighting this range. So iguana at Pompano Chipotle soon. Oh man, have you ever experienced snow? Big Mike 32. Yeah, I lived in Green Bay, Wisconsin, chat, for a year. Ex-girlfriend Ginger's questioning my thought process there. So yeah, ex-girlfriend, chat, not a good idea. Didn't work out clearly. So but I'll say this, not gonna lie, I got mistaken for a Packer player multiple times. What? Oh man, I should have got a uniform, guys. I should have got a uniform and put some pads on, some heavy pads, and tried to play it off. Should have rode with it. Probably a kicker. Oh man, you're right. You're right. Oh man. You gotta love it. But all right, guys, I'm gonna call it here. So tomorrow's another day. We'll be back in full effect tomorrow, chat. We'll open up some cards and we'll see if we can make some more monies. So tomorrow's Thursday, so we'll see what we can get. Appreciate the support, guys, as always, hopping on the streams and rocking out with us. So even doing a crazy consolidation period after the pump, right? So appreciate the support. We'll catch you tomorrow. I'm gone.